So,
Sandy.
if things are working well, we should be streaming on 20 sides to every story. We're waiting on a confirmation of that, and boy howdy, I hope I hit the right button.
We are okay. I see us.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't.
I do. We're in.
I see me.
Yay! So they say, why don't you do one of those little lead-in countdown things? And I'm like, because there won't be as many opportunities to make mistakes. And you're all here for the mistakes.
Whoa, thanks for the gems, man!
So, thanks for the gems early on. Nuthouse57, and that's Cliff's code name, isn't it?
It is.
But still, thank you. We are going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. My name is Casey. I've got a cast of 5 characters here who just went through a very harrowing first session and managed to survive. It was a little dicey there at the end, but they have had a level up. They are now level 2,
Gems, man!
and they've had 4 or 5 hours of intense resting. They reached the keep in the middle-ish of Greenest.
Whoa, thanks for the gems, man!
The gems are going nuts on me. The keep is reasonably defended by about 12 people up on the walls. Those are mostly armed with long bows, short bows, and other such things, slings and so on. And the bandits and raiders have been keeping their distance after the party arrived. Now, they were pretty banged up. They received some medical attention from a young woman, a water genocide. Wow. Is that hype train already going?
Happening. It's happening.
It's mine happening, and I'm here for it.
We're mid-intro. Come on. But thank you, everybody.
Best time for it. Best time for it.
Best time for it. So, as I try and get through that, some rest has been happening. Nope, just going to keep wooing. 100%. Well done.
We're already on
So
level.
this just means that more of me gets talked over and more of the characters get put on the spot. So that's how that works.
Whoa, thanks for the gems, man!
Yep, we good? Okay. Party has had an opportunity to get a little rest in, tended to by a young woman, water genocide, as well as an older man, a ancient human, Mr. Dane, who runs the local sauna and has converted the barracks or longhouse in the keep into a sauna and room for rest. And the party has the benefit of that. I'm just watching this hype train move up slowly. After their rest, they are basically chased out so other people can come in and recover. People like Cuth and Linan, who suffered pretty grievous injuries on getting here, but only arrived safely due to the actions of the party. Other folks, about 20 to 30 or so strong, have made their way into the keep. Another 10 to 15 children as well. But Governor Tarball Nighthill seems very concerned. More people should have made it by now. Even those that originally sheltered in their homes instead of running for the keep like they should have done, they're just not here. So he's now trying to get folks interested in finding out what's going on. And since you all have just been kind of kicked out of the healing hut and are sort of standing in the middle of the area, Governor Nighthill has come on over and, well, hope you're all feeling a good bit better, and want to thank you again for everything you've done for my constituents. Now, we're in a bit of pickle. You see, a bunch of folks should have made it over here by now. We have our safety drills and such things, and they just haven't made it. Now that means they're running into trouble. There's a good 500-600 folk out there, and to only have 35-40 folk make it here, that's just not normal. Now, usually, raiders come by, they're going to grab some expensive stuff and try and lit out of here without causing too much trouble. It's not worth chasing them, too dangerous, so we let them go. We want to defend ourselves, of course, but these folks, they seem to be stirring up more trouble than usual. And I was hoping that you may be willing to do a little adventuring, I might say. You know, head on out there, see if you can help some of our folks make it in safely, or at least figure out what's going on. Now, as he's talking, he's sort of gesturing for you to come up and follow him up on the upper wall. Now, the whole keep's been worn down over the years, and by worn down, it means the stone was more valuable than the keep, so people have been taking the stone and using that for foundations and other structures, and it's suffered. The tower of the keep was probably 2, maybe even 3 stories before. Now it's down to just basically the floor and 1 story above, probably about 15 feet up in the air. So it's really just a story and then a roof. The walls themselves are about 10 to 15 feet high, but the crenellations along them, they should be stacked a good 3 feet or so. They're maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet, and a little lumpy towards the top. Governor Nighthill invites you up onto the walls, though, to give you sort of a tour and a lay of the land. And as he's doing so, he's explaining. Now, you see, away to the south from the keep, there's not a lot of folks down there. Really, all that's down there is the orphanage. And we already have little Miss Valandra. You might have seen her down there, little blue cast girl. She's already come by and let us know that everything was fine down there. Now, away to the south and west, you might, I don't know if you can see it from here, but just past them briars is where the mill is. Now, the mill is the beating heart of the town. See, we harvest a lot of grasses and wheats, and without the mill, well, it's just grass. And that ain't worth much for transporting. Now, away to the north and west there, I don't know if you can quite make out that fine house up there. That's actually my estate. And you might be able to see the wall. There's a nice fresco on there. But it's a what do folks call that? Knob Hill. That's sort of it. It's a reasonable place, and you might be able to make out that a fair number of the looting is sort of taking place down there. A couple of folks have moved on. Uh-oh. I see success scrolling across my screen. A fair number of folks have are still doing the looting up there. Now, just north of us, that sort of space right there, that's the town square. A couple of shops are in there, and I notice a fair bit of looting happening there. Now, way up to the north and the east, other estates, Escobar has his home up there as well. He's our Castellan. Escobar is he's around here somewhere. And then away to the east there, you might see that big one over there. That's the new temple. That's only 5 years old. And boy, I sure would hate to see any damage come to that. Now, I don't suspect that they're going to be making any assault on the keep here itself. That seems a bit foolish. But I was hoping you might be willing to help in defending some of the parts of our town. Is that something I could talk y'all into? And as he looks over... Good.
Where do you suppose the people would gather if they are not here? Where would the most defense be needed?
See, the two places I can think of would be in their own homes, which is a little inconvenient. But there might also be a fair gathering over at the temple. Now, the reason I say that is the temple, it doesn't really have a wall, but it's got a decent set of brambles. And in times of trouble, folks will often turn to the gods. And Lady Shantia, she is just the best. She does a fair bit helping us grow the grass around here and, provide plenty. So anybody that wasn't able to make it to the keep, if they're going to gather, that's probably where they're going to gather.
This is very much talking when people might need help.
You see, it's a fair point. So would you be willing to head out and help the folk?
I'm going.
Excellent. Now, Governor Nighthill is a human. As he's been moving around, you've seen him squint in your direction a few times. The low light provided by the torches that are set up here and there isn't real helpful to his eyes. But as he looks you over, and for the folks at home, could you give a quick description of what you might look like now as we do a round of character intros, updated for your recent wild evening and recovery? And we will go ahead and start with Sholari, as Sholar has spoken up. Sho.
Yes, I'm Sholara. I am a half-orc, standing about just shy of 7 feet tall. Not armored, but wearing some levels of fur. I have blue skin, and I have some very light tattoo markings along my eyes that seem unfinished. And I carry with me a very large hammer, and I have recently acquired a shield and a quarterstaff that might come in handy as well.
Sounds good. Now, Governor Nighthill, not one to count anyone out, looks about. Who else might catch the governor's eye as he's looking for volunteers amongst you?
Yaz would probably raise a hand and offer, I can go help.
And I mean, the blue-skinned half-orc was sort of one thing. The lizard folk might be another. In the dim light, what might be some features that Governor Nighthill's picking out quickly from you there, Yaz?
I'm sure when Yaz flashes a smile in that low light, it doesn't look very welcoming. It's just like, hello. He's got mostly green scales, the yellow frilly bit at the top, but he's also got some frills on the side that floof out when feeling intimidated or he wants to intimidate, which actually there's like a little chunk missing after he got grabbed by the frill last time. He kind of looks like he's wearing lots of hand-me-downs,
Okay.
just stacked on top of each other. That's about him, and he's got 2 daggers at his hip.
I sure do appreciate you stepping up, especially against, well, I suppose we're not quite your kin, but you know, I appreciate you stepping up. And as for the rest of you, would any other folk be interested in stepping in?
So Rob will step forward and doff his big white hat with a giant plume and well, Governor, it is sure a pleasure to meet you. My name is Ramblin' Rob Oakes. You might have heard of me. Well, I got the panpipes on a brace right here so I can play them.
Might he have heard of you?
No, not at all.
No, okay. Okay. Uh-oh, and it looks like we
But
might
you
have
soon will.
an Anrin audio down, so we'll check in there in a second. Anrin, can you hear us? Whoop. Hello, hello?
Nope.
I see your mouth moving, but I hear no noise.
Noise?
Oh, there you go.
There you are.
Hey.
That's to warm up.
It's a little touchy there.
You get the
Yeah.
tubes to warm up. So then he just, well, you know, I'll be happy to help. I certainly don't want to turn my back on the people who need help. I'm just a little curious as to, you know, typically speaking, the kobold folk, you know, mostly they're just hungry. I'm wondering why they attacked. You know?
Well, that is a fair question, and I'm a bit curious as to that myself. You see, not to speak ill of my town, but we are a fine place to stop and fill up your supplies. Our hay and our wheat are the greatest. I mean, greenest is the greenest, but we're not the goldest. So why folks would be raiding our town is a bit of a mystery. I would say, and you know, this might be a bit helpful for y'all, but likely the most expensive thing here in town is my dragon's eye, which is, it's more of a curio. It's great for seeing long distances. It's very helpful for seeing folks coming and going over the grasslands. It's stored in my house. It's a fair bit hidden, kind of a town treasure. I I'd have brought it with me, but you know, when you look down and he's in his bathrobe at best, you know, he's occasionally closing it and tying it a little tighter in front of himself to protect modesty. He's got one slipper, and not a whole lot of warning. They sort of came upon us quick and all. But if you'd be interested, if you think it'd be handy, it does a sight. You know, see about 10 times as far as usual when you're looking through it.
Sure would be handy.
Sure. I mean, trouble is, and he gestures off to the northwest. There's a lot of torches going on over there. There's, you know, at least one of the hay wains or wagons that they've been gathering stuff in has been sitting up in that area. And you imagine if that's where the nicer houses are, probably, you know, more loot to be grabbed over the last 4 hours or so. Now, as for the rest of you, is there any way I could talk you into helping out?
I will say it once more. I will help. So, what you're seeing is a smallish woman, if you were looking at a human, but a relatively stocky elf. Dark hair, really not impressed visage, and leaning on my glaive. Still feeling really punky after dying, but, you know, I've recovered well.
Everyone did recover very well from their near-death experiences, but well, I certainly do appreciate you, you know, pitching in for the folk, and not to be rude, but I haven't heard you speak up, friend. Are you your own person, or is this marvelous mechanical man belong to someone else?
Oh, not cool.
Well, he looks genuinely like he doesn't know.
Is he talking to me?
Oh, yes, sir.
You're talking to me?
Is there two of you in there? Is
No,
this like one of those dwarf and a dwarf on a trench coat trick?
Listen there. You're asking for help, and I'm going to be here to help you. No problem. Only one of me in here. I don't. Do you see anyone? Hello? Nope, just one.
Yeah. And for the folks, folks at home, what could we get a quick description, because this might be a little unique looking.
Sure. There's Chiquito is he's a warforged. He's from another plane. He has a bit of a growth recently throughout his forehead and lower jaw, and every once in a while it causes him to kind of cause him to
Get a little bit more drawl in his voice.
and you know, he was kind of off on his own, kind of trying to whittle. He was trying to whittling a bit, and as you were talking, he eventually was like, "Yep, okay, I'll help, of course."
Excellent. Well, I can't thank you enough. And of course, you know, as soon as everybody's together, we'll come up with a reward commensurate to you know, services you provide. I mean, we're willing to pass the hat. I mean, these folks, their lives are on the line here. But
This talk kind of Crowens people are safe.
you know, I like the way you think. So he starts to walk down from the parapets, and now if we're gonna head out towards the temple, you're basically just gonna be heading east. And as he gets to the bottom of the stairs, there is a sally port. It's a door away from the main gate, and it's used to repel anyone that may be coming up to the main gate with a battering ram or something along those lines. So if the front gate is sieged, this is another door that can be opened so defenders can rush out, cause problems, and duck back in. Now, as Governor Nighthill hits the bottom step, the door to that sally port just falls inward. The whole metal outlining it, the whole frame just lands on the floor right in front of him, missed him by that much. Standing in the doorway are 2 kobolds with another kobold standing on their shoulder, and the one kobold's holding a hammer and a pike, piton, and he's hammering it, and he must have just hit it, and that whole door fell away from him. They looked a little bit surprised at this situation. Now, for reasons that are about to become abundantly clear, could I please have everyone add themselves to the turn order?
What? Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thought?
Oops. Put my Chiquito.
Oh man. Rob was fixing a lute string at the time.
Now,
really hasn't recovered from death.
for reasons, we're going to move everybody down to a slightly north-south straightened map, just to make my life a little bit easier. So, as we moved a little south and west of the set, you all were up on the wall here, and there is... Go ahead and scoot down so the audience at home can follow along. Good enough for the moment. So, this right here is the wall. The wall's about 10 feet wide. These are the stairs, and Governor Nighthill has just walked down this direction. Right about here is that Sally Port door. There's a small chamber inside, about 10 by 20 feet, and then there's another door that would lead to the outside wall. So these walls are a little bit thinner than the normal castle wall, but it's a known spot. Door is now fallen out onto the floor, and there's a couple of kobolds standing right there. They did not look like they expected this to happen, but they're going to try and take advantage of it. Now, behind them, now rushing towards them, you can see that there are more people coming. And they will get here in some amount of time, which we'll find out in just a little bit. But as I roll my initiatives here, I'm going to guess they're probably not going to beat a 23. So Chiquito, as I get myself prepped, what is it that you're planning on doing?
All right. So, okay, I see. So, as far as where we're at, that's like the top, right? And
You're
we have
up
to
on
go
top of the
downstairs.
wall. Yeah,
We have to run downstairs in order to get there.
You got it.
Okay. All right. Well, Chiquito is going to move up. And from where we're at, could we see them from below or no?
You cannot. There's
Okay.
floor there, so that is a cutaway version.
Got it. Okay. Chiquito is going to move on.
Man, they tried hard to beat you, but they just couldn't do it.
Yeah. Gonna move here.
And Willow.
I think he is going to, for his action, kind of yell out as loud as he can to leave. He's gonna go,
Hey! Get out of here! What the hell are you doing here? Get out of here!
he's gonna just try to yell at all of them to get out of here.
Sure. Is there any spell effect behind that, or is this just a intimidation shout?
He pulls his jaw a little bit further down and he's like, hey!
Let's go ahead and see an intimidation.
All right. It's gonna be great.
Your
I
best
believe.
stat.
It's not, but cool.
A 13's actually not bad at all. We'll do a representative roll here. Ooh, you couldn't see that representative roll. Let's turn that representative roll on so everybody can see it. And... it doesn't look like they want to move forward. but it doesn't look like the people behind them want to let them retreat either. And that may become a little more obvious as you hear, Chiquito, you're down there low enough that you can hear them calling out incantations, wishing the blessings of the goddess of dragons upon the kobolds. And the kobolds look a little happier. They look a little blessed, one might say.
No.
Others in the background call for sanctuary from the dark goddess. And then one of the kobolds is like, yeah? Okay. I'm gonna step out here.
For my bonus action then, before they start
Yeah.
doing anything, I'm going to kind of snap, and all of a sudden, you would start seeing I'm gonna wild shape. I'm gonna snap, and slowly become a bit bigger. In fact, I am going to become a giant hyena.
A giant hyena. You're just like, I'm gonna pull a monster that you don't have ready out of a hat.
I'm sorry.
I see how it is. Nope, that's fine.
You can blame me. I told him giant hyena is like super good.
I'm almost certain I have one of these, but come on, hyena. There we go.
I think it's Monster Manual.
I feel it. There we go. Giant hyena.
Survey says.
Getting there. Edit. Give it to the player.
Hyena giggles.
And as I'm turning, it's almost like more like a Transformer-esque style.
That is hyper disturbing.
The laugh didn't help.
Giant hyena replaces your friend. Governor Tarball Nighthill looks up the stairs, looks down at the kobold, looks up the hyena. Ha! He will be running. He will be running away, and that is what he's gonna do. But before then, the kobold, who is feeling a little brave as he stepped out of there, does the same thing. He looks up the hyena. He looks back at the doorway, and steps back. Does anyone happen to speak Draconic?
I do.
Okay. So you heard, that doorway probably needs to be defended. I think that's what I'll do, except a little more panicked. Now, Yaz, what are you doing?
I'm allowed to move past giant hyena, right?
As long as giant hyena lets you, which I'm assuming they're going to.
He's gonna.
Where am I going? Whoa.
What? Yaz?
Where are you going?
What are you doing?
I don't know. I keep trying to move the other way, and it pushes me the other way.
Come back, Yaz. Wait, what?
I give up.
That's very strange.
All right, hang on. I'm going to move you.
I'm going home.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to drop you off there and try and move again.
Okay. Okay. We're okay. I don't know why that did that.
Hyenas are very intimidating, is what it is.
Yeah, I moved towards the hyena, and then all of a sudden I was like, nope. Just
Well, we
going
didn't
the
know
other
what
way.
they cast, and apparently they put confusion on.
Of course.
What's happening? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And maybe, yeah, I think I should be able to see a kobold in the doorway from there, right?
Sure.
Alright, tried and true, Eldritch Blast.
Tried and true, Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and give us
Pew.
a attack roll.
Hit it. There it is.
A 13 will strike.
Yay.
Little
I
Beak
guess
down
Beak.
there.
Yeah.
4 points of damage to Beak. Beak does not look pleased with this, but is still a kobold. Anything else, Yaz?
I think that's it for now.
Got it. The people are fostered. And then wriggling out from between
Oh god.
is a low, slinking creature, draconic in nature, but more wolf or dog-like. It moves forward. Yaz, its eyes are flicking between you and the governor. Are you doing anything to call its attention, or are we making it a 50-50 split?
Oh, I'll do the frill, push out and hiss.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a quick intimidation, animal handling, your choice, to try and keep it from attacking the bathrobed governor.
Let's do intimidation.
Intimidation.
Oh.
No.
The bathrobe of protection, though. Right?
Whatever you were doing, it looks more like a submission move. Submission stance. It's just like, oh, okay, you're on our team. Gotcha. And it goes after the governor.
Oh no.
Oh, no! Come back!
Governor.
I mean, don't hurt me, but come back.
All right, I'm going to go with the rule that when I forget to turn on the you can see it rolls, they don't count, which is the only reason the governor's alive right now.
And his constituents. Think of the constituents.
His constituents would be in mourning right now. Let's roll that again, this time where everybody can see it. Still, that's 6 points of damage to the governor. And the governor doesn't have that many hit points.
Oh,
he
no.
falls unconscious. Now, as a quick reminder, everyone in the world gets to die slowly, but only heroes get to roll death saving throws. In 3 rounds, Governor Tarball Nighthill will be dead. You can stabilize him if you choose, but, you know, that takes precious, precious actions. In the meanwhile, this Drake looks towards Yaz. It's like, yeah, good job. You stay down, show your belly a little more, everything will be fine. Anrin, it's not talking, it's just projecting that to you in Drake speak. Anrin, what are you up to?
You
I
still
can
can't hear me?
I know, I got you that time. It took a second for it to kick in.
Yell. I'm afraid to yell because I'm afraid the mic is not going to work. So I'm just going to yell anyway. At the Drake, and to see if I can attract its attention. A little bit late, but that. And then I'm going to use my glaive to try and pole vault to here. That would be my movement. I still need an athletics check, I would guess.
You're not pole vaulting over anyone particularly bad, so we'll say you're okay to make it land.
And then I'm going to go ahead and whip the glaive out and start grinning at the Drake.
Got it.
Uh-oh.
That's a pretty good hit. 19 will hit. 12 points of slashing damage. Adrian, as you sort of pole vault and then use that momentum just to come right down on it, anything more for you? Oh, are you raging?
No.
Okay.
No, I am not raging. I'm actually not unhappy at all. I was a little bit worried that I might be afraid. I'm not. So I'm happy and still grinning at him and just not attacking, but sort of shaking the glaive at him one more time to see what he does.
Sounds good. Show.
How tall did you say this wall is?
So the wall is it's 14 to 15 feet high on the outside. On the inside, it's more like 10.
I'm going to rage, and I'm going to jump off of it.
Okay.
And my goal is to move to here.
Ooh. Give me a quick perception check as you go to do that.
Okay.
A baseline here. Okay, so Sho, you start to head in that direction, and as you look away from where the battle is happening, you see, kind of as you plant your foot and prepare to jump, there are several patches of grass moving about. And as you do a quick glance back towards the Drake and towards the Kobold, you're like, wait a second, their cloaks had grass sticking on it too. They're camouflaging themselves. There are more enemies out in this grass moving towards you. Does that alter your movement at all? They're a distance away, probably 70, 80 feet or so.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, down you go. Boom. Not a problem.
And then I'm going to dash right to here.
Sounds good. So basically, you're running up, and the Sally Port's outside doors open as well. And as you come in, you just kind of plump your way past some of those accolades.
Oh, I did not realize. I did just run through a wall, but if I can get there, that's where I want to be.
You can get there. You can just basically woof right in there. Because basically that door's open and everybody's kind of shuffling about in there. So one door is occupying the 10 feet here. The other door is occupying the 10 feet there. You can just make it squeezing in there. And that is fine. Anything else?
No, that was everything I got.
All right. Sho, good news, bad news. You're now in the pile.
Yeah.
And the kobolds that were like, we're going to defend this door, just slowly turn around and look at you. And then they start stabbing. Kobold, stabbing, dagger, does have pack tactics, so advantage here. And a 20 for 5 points of damage. Round that down to 2, please.
Yep.
And then Rob Oakes, what are you doing?
All right, am I understanding correctly that they're all standing in this wall area? So if I were to, say, put a 20-foot cube around, I would get the Drake. Sorry, I don't mean to be drawing. I'd get the Drake all the way to this corner here in a 20-foot cube.
So if you dropped a 20-foot cube, would be 20 feet this way.
Yep, and 20 feet,
feet
then I would
that
get
way.
everybody in there.
And then 20 feet that way, and then 20 feet that way. That would get everybody who is involved in this situation.
Right.
What spell are we using?
So I begin to sing.
Okay.
I have only one burning desire. Just stand inside my fairy fire. I have only one burning desire. Stand inside my fairy fire. All right.
All right. Do me a favor. Bring up fairy fire. You cannot see them down there, but I don't know that matters for fairy fire because I think it's a glitter bomb. Each object within a 20-foot cube with each range outlined. Yep, it's a glitter bomb. Whoosh.
What color am I turning?
You will be turning a fantastic fuchsia.
Fantastic fuchsia. So top to bottom on my folks with the masks, the acolytes there, we are doing dexterity saving throws. 1, 2, 3. One of those is going to succeed, so I'm going to have a lot of tokens on here. Fairy Fire is going to give the bullseye, because that is advantage. Bullseye, because that's the advantage. Can I get a dex saving throw from you, Sho?
Yes, I do have advantage on this from my danger sense.
I don't think you can see this one coming, but don't think it matters, so you're okay. No. 1, 2, 3 on my kobolds. What's my DC that I'm going for?
13, so the one
13.
Passed. Yep.
2 passed, 1 failed.
2 passed, yeah, but yeah, 1.
Got it. And
Still pretty good.
Doing
Not too
well.
Shabby.
A lot of inviting targets down there. And Ambush Drake is unaffected.
Ah!
No glow for the Ambush Drake. Rob
All
Oakes, anything else for you there?
No, I'm going. Well, actually, I'm gonna sidle on up. Whoop, gotta get the right tool up. I'm gonna sidle up this way.
Sounds good.
Rapier at the ready.
And that's going to bring up Beak. Beak is looking hurt, lashing out in its pain at the nearest target, which will be Show. Advantage dagger. A 12's probably not going to work, but it has been blessed by the goddess. A 13?
Nope.
Nope, and a miss. Chiquito. What you doing there, big hyena person?
Well, as you look at Chiquito, you would see that actually his face would resemble it would be pretty much like here would be his little eyes are like still pointy, like little tiny dots on, and it's like everything else is the same, but just little tiny dots, so you could be able to tell them apart. He would move up. He would kind of tiptoe throughout the dead body. He would look to Yaz for a moment and kind of try to give Yaz a bit of a like look at the dead body, and then he's gonna attack the Drake.
Sounds good. Let's see it.
He's gonna bite at the Drake.
An 11 is going to miss.
And that's the end of his turn. Actually, I'm gonna sidestep a bit, and then that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Sounds good. Now, that's gonna bring up Matilda. Matilda is standing right next to Show. Does not look at all comfortable with this. She's got the regalia on, but her confidence is maybe a little shot as a half-orc rushes in with Show. You've got a big maul, don't you?
Yeah. Yep. I do.
Yeah. Sort of backpedaling away from you, but nowhere to go, calls forth the sacred flames of the goddess. Could I see DC 12 dexterity saving throw against 2 sacred flamey damage? You are just fine. After that is called forth, she asks her goddess, please, don't let the big half-orc hit me, and invokes the rite of sanctuary. Willow, looking fabulous, is going to step over here and call out healing words to Beak. Beak recovers 4 hit points. Well done,
Oh.
Willow.
Oh.
We've
Oh,
now
wow.
not injured anyone.
This is what it feels like.
Connor's in the mix and looks out at the big hyena, looks back at the half-orc and decides, I'm going to take my chances with the half-orc. Show, we got a dagger coming at you with advantage from Pack Tactics.
Poor choice.
14, but it does get the
Well,
plus D4. 17. And 4 points of piercing damage, round that down to 2. Yaz, what you up to? Yes.
Oh, sorry. I don't know why I heard something else. I was like, okay. I was like looking at the map. Okay, sorry. That's my name. When Chiquito was kind of given the look, I look like I'm kind of like, and then I turn to the governor. Oh, this is probably what he wants. So this is not my specialty, but I mean, I could probably help as I search to do medicine roll. Oh no, that's probably not going to be good. Hey!
Nice.
You're like, I just need to apply a little bit of pressure right here. And you bite down, and then you wrap it up, and then you let go with your teeth. It's all fine. Yes, you render the governor stable, but unconscious. Then what? Bonus actions, movements left to you.
I don't think I'm able to like pick him up and move him away, am I?
You can pick him up and run with him.
I'm gonna give that a try. I'm gonna try
Okay.
to just get him out of that immediate area.
Okay, so here's where this becomes maybe. There is an
Okay.
ambush Drake. The ambush Drake could take an attack of opportunity because you don't have an action left to disengage. You are
Yep.
moving at half speed because you'd be effectively grappling and carrying a body.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you wish to move?
Follow-up question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like drag his body behind me? Just
Meaning you'd
Scooch
let
it?
him take the attack of opportunity, or are you just like shifting him behind
meaning
you?
that you'd stay in your space and he would
Oh,
you'd
okay,
just
yes.
move him around.
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
you can
Twirl
move.
around.
Yes, you can
Move
move him
those
around.
Yeah. So I'd move him
NATO.
like, yeah.
Like over there?
Yeah,
Just
like
like-
that. Like that. Yeah.
Okay.
just-
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
That did take you 10 feet of movement because you moved him, or that took you 20 feet of movement even though you're holding still because you moved him 10 feet.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Sounds good.
So I still have a bonus action.
Still have a bonus action.
I look at the ambush Drake and I point. I don't like you very much, and I cast Hex.
He thought we were friends. The ambush Drake is hexed. What stat are you reducing on the ambush Drake? Or giving disadvantage on checks on, I should say, I think.
Let's say dexterity.
Always the dexterity with you. Yeah, is anything
Dexterity
else?
or wisdom.
Or, I mean, it's
Um,
got to be one or the other.
Yeah, those are the most common ones.
Okay.
No, that's it.
All right. Inside the room, Foster looks at Sho, thinks about life, decides, hey, maybe a little fire. Sho, Sacred Flame coming your way. DC 12.
I have advantage on
You have
dexterity saving
advantage
throws.
on dexterity saving throws. 19 will pass then. No damage dealt. For a moment, Divine Grace is lost, and then recast. Sanctuary is invoked after the spell effect. Boop, boop. Outside, Ambush Drake looks at his friend Yaz. Looks betrayed. Yaz, Ambush Drake bite coming at you. An 8's gonna miss. Anrin, what you up to?
I'm going to continue to attack.
Seems
Can I
reasonable.
do it? I mean, why not? If I can just get the sheet up.
$14 on the Ambush Drake is a hit. 9 points of damage.
Nice.
Leaves it looking awful, but still an active threat. Anrin, anything else?
I'm going to move. So I'm just moving to right here. I'm not getting out of.
Yep.
I'm not disengaging. I'm just moving right here.
Totally fine. And
You
from
look
where
through the door.
Yeah, from where you're at, you can see the doors laying on the ground in front of you there. That would take some doing to get back up and in place. That is not how that door was supposed to open. But while that's being considered, Sho, you're in the mix. What you doing in
Yes.
there?
I'm going to start with Foster.
Start with Foster. All right.
And I'm going to try to attack him, but I understand I will need to make a save first.
Wisdom saving throw, DC 12. You may not attack Foster.
I will choose the one above me whose name is hidden.
That's Matilda. Matilda also DC 12. You are allowed to attack Matilda.
I will attack.
Yeah, you do hit Matilda. Let's see some
Oh, yeah.
damage.
For 11.
Kapoof. Matilda falls. And as Matilda falls, these kobolds look a little less beloved by their deity. Deity.
What did Matilda look like? Did Matilda look like a kobold, or did Matilda look a little different?
No, Matilda looked full-sized. Human, elven, something. Robed, disguised. You'd have to pull back the Batman and Robin mask to really get a good look at her.
And I will turn to the kobolds and scream at them.
They scream back. It's a scream fest.
Maybe a little bit in fear.
There's a little bit of fear. I mean, they were not planning on opening the door yet, but to their benefit, there's a pack of them, and they've got pack tactics and they've got daggers. So Vagriel here's gonna try and stab Show. 21 for 6, round that one down to 3, and then Rob Oakes. What are you doing out there?
This is Willow, if I'm reading correctly. Right in front of me.
Willow at the top, but the Willow is inside, so you'd have to go down and around. So they are in the room.
Okay.
All you see is floor over there.
Gotcha.
So the only enemy you can see at the moment is the ambush Drake over there.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump and go here.
Sounds good.
And rapier attack at the Drake.
Sure.
Not my strong suit, but we'll try it anyway because it's dashing.
Dashing it is, and that is a strike, a blow, and a kill. Well done, Rob Oakes.
Sweet. Nice.
I Zorro at the end of it.
Tomorrow the birds will sing of you.
Wait, well, I don't really want to work on my day off. I'm just saying. All right.
Bring my eyes. I did most of the work.
Oh, no. Of course you did. You loosened it for me.
I mean, if you do look at the body, there's two pretty big, glaive strikes and then a little poke. But sure. Oaks
That's
is
it for Rob.
Rob. Okay. Inside the bundle, Beak strikes at Show. 14 is probably gonna miss.
It will, yes.
Chiquito, it is the top of the turn order. And I need to ask a volunteer from the party to roll me a D4. This will represent how many rounds from now until those other folks out there in the grass that are working their way towards the doorway arrive. Show has set it at 3 rounds from now. Reinforcements are going to be showing up. Chiquito, what are you doing?
Chiquito is going to... Now the door is on the floor right in front.
So this door has fallen forward and is on the floor. This door is opened inward against the wall behind Willow. So both of them would normally open into the room. Okay. However, this one has completely fallen forward. The whole frame of it just gave out.
Okay. He is going to move up here, stand on the door, and attack. I'm going to say, let's go after... Oh, there we go. We'll do the bottom one. We'll go after the bottom one.
Sounds good. Beak the bottom kobold. Let's see it. A 16 will hit Beak. Let's see some damage.
You got it. Let's see.
I think if you click the word bite in the chat is the way to trigger those. It's a lot of damage.
Uh-oh. Time to rampage.
Kobold kibble. Oh, yeah, that's true. Rampage away.
I'm going again.
I think Coder's the only one there. That's a hit. Let's see some damage. That's more kobold kibble.
I will need to learn to rampage.
Reduces. On his turn, a bonus action to move up. Okay, so it's just one bonus action. So, I mean, unless you want me to keep on going.
I think that's probably all the bonus action you have there.
Okay.
Chiquito.
I'm gonna move up as well, if that's okay.
You certainly may.
Okay.
Willow sees where. Whoop. Willow sees that this is not going well, and steps up. She gives a quick cast of a spell onto the other kobold. They are also surrounded with divine blessings. And then she goes on the defensive. Yaz, what are you up to?
I am going to make my way up to there. Yeah, right about there. That seems like a good spot.
Okay.
Boop. Can I see any, like, I don't think I can, but...
See anyone
Yeah,
creeping
probably.
towards you in the grass? Or the
Yeah,
enemies
I
in
was
the
hoping. Yeah, I was hoping maybe I could see, like, I don't know, like an arm of one of the enemies down below, but I'll take a look out for any more, since I don't think, now that I'm actually there, I don't think I can.
Yeah, that's probably not an angle you're going to be able to see on.
Nope. Worth the
But
try.
give me a quick perception.
Because I don't think I'm gonna go next to the giant hyena. Perception, where are you? There you are.
Yeah, you look out,
All right.
you know they're there and they're about, but they're moving in little spurts and sort of diving and going to ground. So every time you see something out of the corner of the eye, when you look there, they've already gone still. That's why it's taken them so
Gotcha.
long.
Okay.
Life or death game of red light, green light.
I think I'm gonna stay up here for now because there's not a lot of room down at the door, so I'm just gonna stay up here for right now.
Sounds good. Down in the mix, Foster, kind of looking like they're about to have a bad day, and Foster will try, a little panicky here, to flame the hyena. Hyena, could I have a dex saving throw? Giant hyena
Nice.
easily avoids it. This costs Foster their defense. Anrin, what are you up to?
Hyena. What do you just gonna thump him on the back? What do you see?
Gonna look back at you under like his arm and go.
Like there's a lot of kobold falling out there too.
The little pieces of cobalt falling out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A bit.
More things in there. I decide he's probably got it under control. I don't know if I can squeeze in there,
You
or
can't.
if I didn't want to.
Yeah, you can't squeeze in from where you're at. You could probably. Yours is a reach weapon, right? If you felt like it, you could probably stab across at Foster, though that would be an awkward angle.
I really don't want to hit Chiquito.
Fair enough.
Oh, so I'm going to go over and see if I can get any sort of insight from this side of the open door. And I can see Show from there,
Yep.
I would guess.
Absolutely
Okay.
can see show.
Good wave.
Yeah, I have a few small stab wounds, but nothing bad.
Sounds
That's
good.
good.
The giant hyena looks awkward as it keeps on looking back and going like this and going, and then he tried to step, kind of move to make you let you move, and he kind of feel a bit bad that he kind of blocked everyone up.
You're good. You stay there.
So show. There's a hyena trying to be polite. There's a few acolytes and then a kobold. What are you doing in there?
I'm going to see about braining Foster.
Okay.
He has he has fairy fire, so the 19 will hit him.
He does have fairy fire, so the 19 will hit. Please go ahead and.
Ha-ha!
Foster's still alive.
That was terrible.
Foster agrees. Foster's like, that was the worst. Don't do that again. Show anything else?
No.
All right. In the pile here, Vagril, Kobold, dagger attack, show, advantage. 11, no. Mr. Oaks.
All right, I will move forward, and I think I can see through.
Sure. I'm not.
Get along, little doggy, polite here. And I see my friend Solara.
Sholari.
Oh,
Sholara.
Surrounded. So I will inspire Solara. Solara. No time is a good time for goodbye. Solara. Storms are a brewing your eyes.
Oh wait, you know what? That's only a bonus action, isn't that?
Yep.
Okay. So, as stormy-eyed as Show gets, what's the other action there?
I'm going to look smolderingly at Solara. That's it. That's all I got.
What a great action.
I'm putting on the smolder.
Chiquito, your hindquarters are feeling the heat from the smolder. What are you up to?
Yeah. He kind of intercepts it and kind of goes, ah! All right. He's gonna attack.
Ooh. Well, was that Foster again there?
Yes, it was.
It's not Foster anymore.
Yeah.
Ends a rampage.
Rampage. Let's continue. It. Let's
All
keep
right.
it going.
Your targets to the north, though, will require a Wisdom saving throw to attack.
Both of them? Oh,
Both of them. Oh no, I'm sorry. Not the kobold.
Yeah, I
The
thought one of
kobold
them
does not.
dropped it. One. Yeah.
I thought you put it. Oh, the kobold did attack me, so yeah.
Yeah, kobold lost it. Kobold was
Okay.
unwise.
Do it.
No sparklies on this kobold, and 8 will miss.
Okay. I am going to.
Mhm.
Well, actually, you can move through now, but still, I'm gonna be a bit more polite, kind of. Oops. Sorry.
All right. As you step away, both the kobold and the acolyte
Yeah.
will go
huh.
hell for leather and
And then I
stab
go,
at you.
and then I step back.
They're like, I don't think that's how it works. I'm pretty sure when you move away, we get to stab even if you come back. But okay.
It was more of a dance move.
More
I
of a
think.
dance
It was
move?
More of a yeah.
All right. So that will bring up Willow. Willow sees how this is going down and disengages and steps around the corner here, kind of hugging the wall and trying to hide. Yaz, you see as that happens.
Hello. I scoot Hex over to Willow.
So give me a quick perception check, a 10, just to keep track as they dive out into the grass and try and hide. You got to beat a 10.
Oh,
no!
La la la.
They
la,
juked.
la, la.
they threw their hands
They
one way and then
juked.
dove the other, and you're like,
I blinked.
just can't.
Curse
can't
my lizard
see.
eyes.
They're out there somewhere, but where? Oh, where?
Curse my lizard eyes.
Wait a second. And then a second later, you're like, wait, I'll just follow the giant glowing trail.
Oh.
And then you're like, there they are, because they're glowing.
They're glowing.
I thought that pile
Oh.
of glass was glowing for a minute.
That makes me feel better. So I can still do Hex.
You can still hex them up. Yep.
Yes, Hex them up.
That makes me feel.
I feel better too.
There's a song for you, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hex him up.
And then can I shoot? Can I shoot the Eldritch Blast?
You
at him?
certainly may. Even you can have advantage, which you got a 21 on for 10
yeah.
points of damage, and then hex it
that's
up.
That's some hexual healing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I wanna hex you up.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
That's the one I was referencing.
Yeah, no, I heard it. I couldn't hold on to it. I'm sorry. It was boiling in my brain. Yeah.
I was doing hex him up. I'm dead to the Mac.
Yeah, is anything else up there?
No, that's going to be it for me. I'm just going to chill up here.
All right.
Look at the field.
Anrin, down below, one more kobold desperately fighting in there. What are you doing?
I can see that.
Yeah, you can see the kobold in there.
Now, right? There'd be a room now, right?
Oh yeah, if you want to squeeze,
wanted to
if you want to squeeze in past giant hyena butt. Sure.
Yeah, I just definitely just shouldered hyena butt out of the way.
You actually, he moved. He's like, I was like, wow.
Said, do you bump into Rob? Because that would just make my day.
A little bit, but more of a like, it's okay. Not so much of a. It's like, hey, you're still here. How you doing?
Yes, I'm clearly missing multiple cultural references. Show what's going on.
There are more incoming. Be prepared.
Did you hear that? This is again at the giant hyena butt.
He nods with his little beady eyes.
And so I'm going to go ahead and move over and take the glaive. And basically this is house cleaning at this point in time in my mind.
Okay.
And hit the kobold, hopefully.
16 will house clean the kobold, efficiently dispatching it, in fact. And for just a little while, you've got maybe 10, 15 seconds that you figure before the next wave gets here. Now, the door to the inside is flat on the floor. That would take some doing. The door to the outside's just open.
Right.
What are you all doing?
Can we all attempt to close it?
Sure.
Closed and,
Yeah.
attempt to jam something in it.
You got it. You get the door closed. Bang. We'll drop out a turn order for the moment. Yaz, up on the wall, you can see that those little dashes that have been happening slow and then stop as that door is closed, and the attackers seem to have lost their foothold. You then see those little patches of grass start to retreat in little spurts. Off in the distance, down towards the base of the hill, big lights have been lit, bonfires, and shiny shields are reflecting the light, and they're pointing it towards the walls and scanning it back and forth, so that every once in a while there's just this flare of light in your eye. They hit big drums and all sorts of distractions just to keep you from being able to track the folks moving about. High overhead, you can see wings blotting out the night sky, and occasionally you'll see a little spurt of fire.
Oh. Guys, I don't think there's good things out here.
Yes,
Very bad things, in fact.
Give me a quick, let's call it a nature check.
Oh. I'm not good at those either. It's okay.
Yeah, you look up, you're like, I know what breathes fire and has wings like that. Yeah.
That's not a good thing.
Probably not a good
thing. I don't think it's another kobold, guys.
You say
It's
the
in the
attackers.
sky.
You say the attackers have fled. They're not approaching.
Not the grass ones. No, there's one in sky.
We need to get to the temple to rescue any there. There are still those that need saving.
I think that is good call.
All right, and we're going to zoom back out onto the map for a moment. I'm going to scoot everybody around back into the temple. We won't need the zoomed in area for a little bit here. Sorry, back into the castle.
Whee!
Everybody back in there.
Chiquito, where are you going?
Hiding.
Run!
I'm hiding. There we go.
I'm out of here.
See you later.
It's back out of my way.
Mm.
Made a grave tactical error. Put things on the map layer that are going to betray me in a second.
It's dissolving away.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a very smooth, almost instantaneous transmission. But then I was like, you know, if I do that, I'm going to lose all my stuff on the map layer, and you're going to be looking at a blank screen. So as that goes away, a couple of seconds pass, a couple of more pass, and you realize, okay, there are no more attacks coming immediately. They've fallen back a bit. What all are you doing with your reprieve?
Chiquito looks a bit anxious as he's kind of trying to nod towards the temple as well.
Let us go.
Are you
I think
stuck
you
like
should
that?
go.
I nudge him. Are you gonna stay in that shape?
And he's gonna go like that.
Coming down from the tower on the keep, calling out to you as they cross the courtyard, a dwarf, old enough that his once red beard is almost given over to gray. You can still tell that it was once a fiery red, but at this point, almost all gray there. And a human who looks a bit... he looks a bit... the dwarf calls
Say that
out to you.
again.
Yeah, the dwarf calls out to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, and he just looks down at the governor and he.
If you're going to speak, please do it quickly. There are people that need rescuing.
Yes, it's gonna go.
Why?
Well, I assume you're here to help. And he goes over and he picks up the governor, just sort of slings him over his shoulder, like holds one ankle, the rest of him dangling down, just like a sack, and starts carrying him over towards the healing place. Look, you're welcome to try and make it out by the gate, the Sally Port. We'll get some folks defending that. Gotta tell you, with all the movement we've been seeing, that may be a bit dangerous. There's another way out to the keep if you're willing to get a bit dirty. And he gestures to where there's a sewer grate set into the floor. That leads down a fair ways. It's how water can get into and out of the keep in times of emergency. There's a bit of a... well, you're familiar with a toilet. It's sort of a trap. And if you duck down in the water on one side, you pop up in the river on the other. It'll get you out of the keep unseen, if you're willing to get a bit wet and a bit gross.
I was
Let's
going
go.
to say, but not unsmelled.
Toilets.
Yeah, I'll leave that to your wisdom. You look like you can handle yourselves.
My wisdom's not great.
Oh, you did just fine patching up this fella here, and he sort of shakes him. He gets over and opens up, hands off to Valandra and Mr. Dane, and they close it back up, and he turns back around to you. Now, Sarge here will keep an eye out for you on the return and let you in, but I gotta warn you, we can't risk more for less. So if you're rushing towards us with hell on your heels, we'll have to deal with hell before we open the gates.
Fair enough. We could take the sewers. We could probably just as easily go over the wall.
The only trouble I suggest you avoid is there's a lot of them creeping about in the grass. You may have noticed some of them getting close. They're all about the place. So if you were to jump the wall and run, you might tread on a few.
Right, but if we go the sewer route, we come up in the river?
You come up on the river on the far side of the hedge there. Likely they're not to be guarding that far out.
Does that
Does
get
put
us
us in
closer?
direction.
When people come back in, I mean, once we pop out in the river, is there a way to come back in through the sewer opening too?
Yeah, it'd be a messy climb, and it's fairly easy defended. And he kind of takes you over and he lifts up the sewer grate. And when he does, it shows a basically 5-foot wide channel, 5 foot tall or so, with kind of a dipped bottom to it, running on a shallow incline southward. And basically it runs all the way along down here, and he's gesturing off in that direction. That'll get you out, and if you want to climb back in, you can. You'll want to crab walk. Don't put your hands down in the middle. And you can see where, debris and such has filtered down there.
Let's
Debris.
go.
Well, I'm willing to go down. I'm just worried about bringing people back.
There is another concern. If we are to take advantage of Chiquito's current condition, he's not going to go that way.
So Chiquito, you being a large creature at the moment, you have the benefit of being able to squeeze down into a 5-foot wide area. However, that means basically plugging the hole. Every bit of filth will be pushed along in front of you. You will be a delicious smelling giant hyena by the time you're done. But it is possible.
Chiquito is down. Nature.
When
That is a
nature
wisdom.
calls.
You already see him trying to. You see his
Okay, I was
his
wrong.
rump
I guess
kinda
we go
hanging
that
out.
way.
Well, I mean, it'll make it easier for us. He's sort of like chimney sweeping through here.
I am.
for us.
Yeah, there you go.
That's very true. So the
More of cries than of happiness.
the
Do Warforged smell?
This one does.
oh.
I guess now he can. He's hyena.
So, in the order that you wish to proceed, please line yourself up, south being the person in front, in that little chute there.
We'll do that.
You can line yourself about halfway down the chute. And then go ahead and roll me, anyone who would like to volunteer for the party, a d20. You do not want to roll a 1.
Oh, got it in just
Really?
Good thing.
right there.
Why didn't we want to roll a 1?
So,
You didn't roll a 1.
so the good news is, for these sort of rolls, the first roll that comes up is the roll we use.
Right there.
And the 2 squeaked in there just in front of the 1.
Like that. No.
Thank goodness.
So, Chiquito, you work your way down, and this is a pretty tight squeeze. You've got your paws out in front. You're sort of shimmying your way down. It's not too bad. The keep is not often used, so most of the debris is just leaves and dust and rain and that sort of stuff. The occasional rat, kind of gets shoved along. Garter snakes, nothing you got to worry about. Way down towards the end, and this is a fairly long run. You've got a good 150 160 feet or so. You reach a little bit of a clever mechanism, let's call it. There's a top bit to the tunnel that's blocked off from you, and in there's a little chain and bucket system that could carry fresh water that's sort of cascading off of a little waterfall up. Then there's a bit of a pool of water where the dirty water sits, and as the water falls into it, it fills up, and it sort of flushes it back out into the river, so that the keep can always get fresh water and get rid of wastewater. Now, that means you gotta nose down into that wastewater, thrash around a little bit, and find the spot where you can come back up into the river. Could I have a strength athletics check from your hyena, please?
You got it.
Easily done. You nose down into the river, thrash around a little bit, get your bearings, find the spot, wriggle your way through and pop up, and show up in the river there. Now the river here is 3 to 4 feet deep, so you can stand up fairly easily. There's a gravelly bottom. There's a 3 foot or so gap where there's a bit of an overhang that you had to squeeze through in that last bit that was a little uncomfortable, and that's what hides the entrance here. But now that you know where it is, you could find it and scoot yourself back in there or lead other people to it. It is a bit of a swim of faith, something where you're heading into a very dark cubby underwater. Not advised. Don't do this at home, kids. But if you need to smuggle people back in, you could try it. So that leaves you in Greenest. Now, all these escapades, we're going to say it's worked its way about to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock at night. It's pretty late now. It is dark. Most of the fires that the raiders were trying to set have petered out, so it's only the active areas where they are still currently raiding at. Those areas to the north, over at the mill house to the west, and there is still a lot of activity around the temple. But that's up on a little bit of a rise, and there's some brambles between you and it. What is the party doing?
Casey, did you see the redemption in chat?
Oh, I did not see a redemption in chat. Chat, what did you redeem?
We have a wandering monster.
Oh, we do have a wandering monster.
Oh,
Excuse me, chat.
oh,
I didn't hear it go
wonderful.
ding. Let's see here. Wandering monster did get turned in. Did we pick a wandering monster name? I don't see one. So, a wandering monster will appear. Chat, if you would like to choose who redeemed that. Was that 20 sides? Oh, look at that. That was Alex. Alex, if you would like to pick one of the monsters, with Tia, Das-Hyphen, or Das-Hyphen, or the other one whose name's now escaping me, you may do so. If you'd like to be random, we can go from there. Ship. Sorry. Das-Hyphen, ship, Tia, or Whiff. And just let me know, and that will show up very shortly. But as the party emerges wet and damp from the water, what are they planning on doing?
Let's head to the temple.
To the temple. Okay.
He rolls the second to get some water. He's like, he shakes. He's ready to rock and roll.
Got it. So the temple is bounded on the southern side by quite a bit of brambles and briars. Now these are nasty. Moving through 5 feet of these would take you a whole turn in action, and you're still quite likely to get scraped up. You could make your way through or cut your way through with a little bit of effort, but it is towards the end of winter, beginning of spring, so that might make a bit of noise. Just up over on the right layer so you can see everything, of course not. Just up over this way, kobolds may be lying in the grass in wait. Possibly swing down here, up here, and then around, or cut through. Those are some of the options. Which way are you all headed to start?
I would say probably towards, let me put my thing, probably towards down the river, go back up, if anything, or we could try to get through.
Sure.
I think we take the river to here and skirt along the other side of the brambles.
Yes.
And the river is flowing from the west to the east, so it is flowing in the direction you are traveling at the moment.
That sounds good to
Right.
me.
So you begin making your way down along the river. Could I have a stealth check from whoever is taking point leading the party?
Well, currently, Chiquito, I think we are following you.
A giant hyena? Okay.
Giant hyena is making its way through the water.
Let's do it. Low to the ground.
It's the stalking hyena.
Stalking hyena.
That's pretty good. The hyena just showing you how to get it done. It may be part hyena, part crocodile. Who knows? You ease your way along. You make your way up to the curve here, where you come within sight of the keep again. Now, from this point, you could stick with the river, bend around a bit, or you could start to head up to where you can see some of the roads have been cut out up in this direction. More civilized area. The first torch that you can see as you come around is way over here. It looks like at this crossroads or junction, they've got another of those carts, and you can see people hurrying back and forth, houses still loading things up. You don't hear much sound of resistance or sound of fighting. It seems like that's mostly been dealt with. But over here, as you're getting a bit closer, you can see some signs of fire in and around this area, and great plumes of smoke going up. Down around here. Up overhead, you still occasionally see the stars wink out. Bat-like wings, and then the occasional little whooft of fire. Where are y'all headed from here?
I believe the plan is to follow the river to the point where the brambles start and then cross over.
Okay. Chiquito, go ahead and move yourself along. Anyone else taking points, or are we letting Chiquito continue to lead in the hyena fashion?
I would be close to him.
I would be close to him as well. And I'm using my ability
Sure.
to sort of like blend. If I can find me. Where did I go? I'm here.
I don't even know where I went.
But I think Chiquito is still in the lead.
Okay, so I think we have everybody. Did I lose somebody? 2, 3.
No, that's all right.
We got them all. Okay.
And I went ahead and did my stealth check so that I could go ahead and use that ability. It was a 21.
Excellent. So you're all doing fairly well, staying low, staying in the water, not making a lot of disturbances, not a lot of splashing sounds being made. You're sort of following Chiquito as the hyena, but you're getting a little bit of an advice here and there, maybe a little nudge from Anrin with their expertise in hiding in wild areas. Now, at this point, we need to decide crossing open ground or continuing along with the river and then having to cut through brambles. Which way are you headed from this point?
Am I correct that we are going north along and crossing to the other side of the brambles, but staying away from the road?
I believe so.
I think so.
Chiquito would wait for the conversation, nod, and kind of look. If anyone, he would kind of motion, kind of sit back and put his arm out and go like this, almost like if anyone else would like to go first.
Like
I'm going to
this
go
way?
first because I can move faster
Okay.
and I'm bored.
All right.
Like this?
So Anrin strikes out. Now, Anrin, I am going to have to ask you, since you've struck out first, for a D20, a 5 or lower is going to result in me bringing up turn order.
Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can do this. Come back here. Sorry.
You are follow
Multiple
and I will take up
feet.
the rear.
Where did it go?
Top left-hand corner, little thing looks like a D20, and then it'll give you the choice as to what to roll.
Oh, there it is. Sorry, it was covered up by something.
Yeah, no worries.
So
18 is totally fine. As you kind of mark out your way, you can see some of the grass moving around unnaturally. You're like amateurs, but you easily avoid them. Laying out in wait here in ambush. Kobolds, bandits, you can't tell. They're all covered up pretty well, but they're primarily trying to hide from the keep. So you're able to
not
squeak
paying
on
attention
by.
behind us.
Say it again?
They're not paying attention to what's coming up.
They're
behind
not
them.
looking for you in that direction.
They're kobolds. What can you say? Keep going this way?
Right. As you ease your way around, and you start to come around the brambles, you can see that the temple is surrounded by a low arrangement of these aren't really brambles. These are fruit-bearing plants that just happen to have thorns and stickers on them. So you've got a lot of raspberries and that sort of thing in the set there. You probably wouldn't want to push through them, but you could fairly easily if you needed to. What you also see across the way is at this side, the northern side, a fairly large pile of hay bales, straw, and some furniture has been built up, and a fire is starting to go. Big woofs of smoke as raiders and bandits and a couple of kobolds try real hard to either set fire to or smoke folks out of the temple. And go ahead and drop them into the map right on here. So right about here, we got a bunch of folks working on that. Down on the south side of the temple, you see a group mostly of kobolds trying to work out some form of a battering ram, but that's not going well at all. You hear the thunks, and you know there's no way that this is ever getting through the door. It just doesn't sound like it's rattling things at all. Marching around the temple, singing, chanting, having a little parade, in fact, is probably 12, maybe more, kobolds, a few humans, and a pair of those drake lizards, the little mini dragons. And they're just whooping it up and having a great time. They are singing the praises of Tiamat, shouting, "We are the best." One of them's broken out into the old kobold folk song, "You're poop, this is poop, everything's poop." And, you know, they're just, you know, doing rounds.
It's a classic.
It is a classic. Well known and beloved by kobold children worldwide.
Sung it many times.
So, that's what's going on down here near the temple. Up north...
Man, we are outnumbered.
Up north here, you're seeing humans and kobolds scurrying back and forth between the houses, throwing things onto the cart. Occasionally someone will look at something on the cart and just toss it off to the side as not being worth the effort of carrying. But no one seems to be concerned that they might be attacked. It seems as though most of the townsfolk have completely abandoned this area. Their guard seems to be fairly well let down. It's been 6 or 7 hours into the raid so far, and resistance is just not there. What are you all doing?
Question of topography, in case
Sure.
I might have missed it earlier. This bit here is a wall?
That gray bit there is the raspberry bushes. So it's not really a wall.
Okay.
This is raspberry. Okay, I thought
Yeah.
that was this bit here.
Yeah, sorry. So this bit right here, this kind of gray border, is more trellis than it is wall. So if you imagine like raspberry bushes, they've got some blueberries stuff. They got some, actually not really, strawberries are fairly low to the ground, but all sorts of small flowering berries and plants. This is a temple to Shanti, and they like to have, you know, fruits and veg when available.
How
feel
tall
like we
is
should
it?
draw some of them off.
How tall is the wall? I mean, they're only 2.5, 3 foot high, and they're sticks with prickers on them. So, like, if you go to where the raspberries are, it's the end of winter, so they're basically just kind of that reddish stick with little spiky bits on them. You could just shove them out of the way pretty easy.
I might be able to yell something. Maybe if I go somewhere else, I can, like, hey, draw them away. And something like that.
What if we could draw them? We could follow the brambles down to the south, so we're not too far from the southern group, but we could try to draw them through the brambles.
Do that. They're not very smart.
Tell them that perhaps there are villagers escaping over there or something.
We could even-
do that.
Oh.
Could even be
Sausages.
villagers escaping. We could do that.
Sausages.
Well, not the hyena.
Well, I don't know how much longer he'll be a hyena.
Yeah.
think it's a plan.
Let's
All
do
right.
that.
All right.
That's good. Okay. Are we staying on this outside?
So I think we are going to roughly here, if you can see that on the map.
Okay, so we're going. Okay.
Yes, right there.
All right.
Staying on which side of the brambles?
The south side.
Okay.
And just as you're heading away, coming from the northern group that's working on the smoke and the fire, you hear sort of a cheer go up as you can just make out another kobold sort of rounding the corner coming in from the east, and it's very poorly lit. You can just kind of make out small shapes, so you think kobold, but you hear a bit of a cheer go up and you hear whiff 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 from the group to the north, and then as the kobold comes up you hear like they seem real happy that someone has gotten there. Does that alter your plan to head south at all?
I don't think it can. I don't think we can handle that many.
No, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
You start heading down the way, no problem. You're moving with the river. You've got a good plan. You've got brambles in the way. They seem very invested in what they're doing. So go ahead and move yourselves down to about where you want to be. And as you're moving along, you come across, off to your south as you're passing by it, a rickety-looking building. This place is, one stiff breeze away from falling down. Out back, a fairly nice vegetable garden, but otherwise it is just trash. And you're like, isn't this where they said the orphanage was? And then you're like, oh. So, yeah, the orphanage is just over there, and it's not a nice place. But you might have bigger issues. Away to the north, 30, 40 feet off in the distance, that bramble separating you, and then the battering ram efforts of the kobold. And Rob Oakes, what are you doing up there, or you just haven't moved yet?
I haven't moved yet.
Okay.
I was actually looking down here and
Sure.
forgot to move. I've been following.
He's with us in spirit.
Not a problem. So, hyenas have a decent sense of smell. Do any of the other party members happen to have exceptional senses of smell?
As in perception?
As in, yeah, smell perception. Do any of your classes or abilities give you a particularly keen nose?
Coca has keen nose.
Does it? Okay.
Thankfully, no, because right now Chiquito would smell atrocious.
Yeah, there's a not a great smell coming from within the party, but you get a little whiff on the breeze of something that's just awful coming from the north, just bad. And your little mouse, Coca.
Coca. I feel him to like squirming around and like.
Yeah, it's just trying to find somewhere to stick its nose that has no access to air. Boy, you know what? I'm not sure if you have a lot of experience with smelling as a warforged, but as a hyena, you do not like what's happening up there. Like, yeah. There are some awful smells coming down, and I mean, as a hyena, even dead bodies aren't bad. Yeah. I mean, that's it's food. It's eaten.
It's good eats.
This is not good eats.
No.
And that smell is getting stronger and stronger. You hear gagging and retching to the north, mixed in with cheers.
What?
Brave.
Strange reaction.
Sometimes you gotta celebrate when they're better out than in.
That's it. So, what are y'all doing down there?
We need to create a distraction.
Yeah, maybe Chiquito Hyena can splash around in river, and I can scream, "Hey, get back here!" And then Rob, maybe you do the same thing because I think you. Do I know that he speaks Draconic? I don't know. If I do know, I suggest it. Because I think he does.
I think you heard when he sang his poop song. I think he did strike into Kobold occasionally. Okay. So he did at least one. He did the verse in Kobold, like you do the verse in German for O Tannenbaum. He did it right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll be like, maybe Rob and I, we yell, "Hey, get back here, people," stuff like that.
Okay.
And Giant Hyena makes Splishy Splash, and the muscle ladies can help knock people out if they get close. Okay. The danger's close.
Okay. So
that's how I feel.
Thank you for speaking your heart. I appreciate that.
Yes.
And don't ever hold back. I want to know what you're thinking and how you're feeling.
I only speak from the heart, Rob Oaks.
Appreciate that about you. I like it. All right, let's do this thing.
Okay. So I'm thinking some combination of performances and deceptions.
Splash.
Maybe athletics for the hyena.
Definitely.
Belly flopping. So if I could have you each choose your weapon of choice and go ahead and stat roll that in there.
I have a 5.
Like
what
a
the
little
heck?
girl.
This is supposed to be what I'm good at. I'm a little nervous, guys.
I'm cleaning myself.
Stage fright.
Very loudly.
I'm singing.
Okay.
Splish splashy, we're taking a bath.
So
about Saturday night.
I'm screaming like a little girl and not doing it very well. Oh! No! I'm so afraid.
It might start off startled, but it didn't end that way. It ended threatening. You're like, I'm so afraid. Come at me, bro. But
Not a trap.
It's not a trap. But enough of it is, noise, draconic, that the marching band here catches wind of it, and as they do their marching around, they're like, what's going on? And so they start, they come over, and they're kind of standing, over here. They've fallen quiet. The singing drops off. The poop song, unfortunately fades away. But somewhere in a distant land, another kobold starts it up because this is the song that never truly goes unsung. But you hear them calling over towards you in a mixture of common in sort of a human voice, and then the kobolds barking in draconic. What's going on? Do you need help? How many have you got? Is it? Why does it sound like you're struggling?
There's dozens of them.
It's very sticky here.
Please send help.
Covered in jam.
SOS. Draconic SOS.
Got it. So well, we need captives. So all right, we'll be over in a second. Hang on. Are you headed north or are you headed east?
No time. Come through.
No time, come through.
All right.
It's a lot of jam.
Get back here to you, and he kicks some water.
You hear a bit of arguing, and then eventually, you see a kobold just arc up into the air and land in the brambles as one of the humans gives it a toss. And they start making their way through the brambles towards you. So what is the plan here?
Oh, we needed one now too.
Oh, my plan is very simple. If they get close enough, and I hit them with my hammer.
Okay. So that sounds like I should bring up turn order.
There is the hit option and the run option. Last I checked.
There are hit options and run options. So let's go ahead and start adding some kobolds to the turn order here. We'll say you have been launched into the brambles as the get in there.
Ouch, that must hurt.
Not a fan, really.
Oh yeah, I should click that.
Bro, doing it as my. Do I do giant hyena dexterity or do I use?
Yeah, giant hyena.
Giant hyena dexterity, yes, please.
You got it.
The only thing that stays the same is the mental stuff.
Nine.
Oh god, that's so many. Each time I hear the bleep, I'm like, was this a bad idea?
It'll be fine.
Little bit.
It'll be fine.
Little bit poor planning.
All right, so the kobolds begin making their way in, and basically every turn they move about 5 feet. Dorn here just kind of like starts forcing their way through. Get back there, Dorn. Yaz. Now I'm assuming you're all kind of keeping low, out of sight at the moment. Yaz,
Yes.
what are you doing?
I'm going to move a little further back.
Mm-hmm.
So how long has it been since we've left the keep? It's been a while, right? Would you say more than an hour?
I wouldn't say more than an hour at this point.
Oh, goody. From where I am and through the brambles, could I see any kobolds that I could hex?
If you were willing to put your head above the level of the brambles to look at them, you could, but doing so would give away any stealth without a stealth check.
Gotcha. I'll keep low. And,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll keep low, and maybe I'll ready. Can I ready like a Eldritch Blast for when one of the kobolds steps beyond the brambles?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Just a heads up, I rolled a 9. I wasn't able to put myself in the turn order.
Token?
Oh, it's because I need to use your token. Where'd you go? You're up here. Let's bring you down. We're gonna hide you up over here in these brambles.
You got it.
Add you to the turn order.
Thank you.
And we'll
9.
give you
I got a
a
9.
9.
Sorry about that.
Oh, not a problem. And bump, show. What are you doing?
I will be moving. They look like they are coming over there, so I'm going to wade across the river to here, and I'm going to draw out one of my javelins and ready an attack to pierce the first kobold who comes through.
Got it. No problem. Revy's gonna shove his way up in here. Zom gonna shove his way up in here. Anrin.
Is it possible for me to see, is it Torn? This one right here?
Up in the, so if you stand up, you will be able to see everyone. The brambles are 3 foot high or so. You're all at the moment laying low, so they can't see you. And the land sort of dips down there towards the river. But if you wanted to stand up and look around, you could stare them all in the eyes. Doing so would give away your position. If you're ready to do that, you can do that anytime you want.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking about. I want to try and use survival from where I'm crouched to sort of figure out where they are. And I'd like to try and still staying low, getting to be about right here. Try and grapple that one through the brambles and drag him through.
Okay.
Okay.
Gotcha. So you're gonna stay low. You're gonna kind of reach forward, grab a kobold ankle, and yank.
And
Yeah. Okay. So you have stealth at the moment, so that's a given.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make me a strength athletics check for the grapple.
Okay.
15's pretty high bar to set for kobold. They're gonna try and jump up in the air. Does not. So you grab hold of the kobold and you whoof, and the kobold just disappears. Eep! You now have the kobold grappled. You could move if you wanted, or you can stay there. What are you doing with your grappled kobold?
I'm going to take my grappled kobold. And how far can I move? Half distance from what I normally can move?
Yep, half your normal movement.
Okay.
Does
So
the grappled kobold coming through trigger my throw at the first kobold to come through?
It will as soon as it does. So I will say you can say that yes, it does. If you wish it to, it may. So Anrin,
I was non-specific as to the method of their coming.
So I will always say your triggers, you get to decide if it counts. But Anrin, so you grab hold. Where are you moving with this kobold? Or where are you moving this kobold?
I'm dragging it with me,
Yep.
right? It's now I'm kind of sideways to
Okay.
show, and I'm dragging it to the river, right there, and then I'm going to. So I did an action by grappling, right?
Grapples in
I can't do
action.
anything else. Yep. So I'm just going to continue to hug it right there by the riverbank, and I'm going to put my hand over its mouth so it can't really make a whole lot of noise.
Okay, so I will ask, because you're basically dragging it into a river and holding it down. Are you holding it down to the bubbles stop?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Wow. Yes.
I just wanted
Shit got dark.
I mean,
Not
it's
real.
Everything else, why not drown it?
It was funny because it was like, oh, silly. Wow, this is
so
nice.
so
Wait,
yeah, you pull
doesn't that
it
come back
under.
up?
It gets a little squirk out. A javelin launches out of the darkness, lands in the bank. Show the nine's not going to make it. But then
So
Anrin,
there's
you
no
get
advantage for the grapple.
no advantage on a grapple. But you do it does get thrown into the water, and there's a bit of thrashing, a bit of splashing, but it's being held down enough that it's not getting out a full sentence. So it has not warned its fellows yet. Other kobolds start trying to push their way through, but they're kind of backed up behind it. Big pile going on there. Rob Oakes, you can see Anrin has the kobold grappled and down in the water. It's not really deep enough that this is going to be it's never easy to drown a kobold, let's be honest. But there will be some fighting going on over there. What
Like
are
that
you
old
doing?
saying.
Yes. That old gem. Chestnut. That old chestnut.
I'm a little conflicted. So I'm I'm all right with stabbing raiders, but I'm just gonna walk over here, crouching over by Show, and I can't do a good imitation of him, but I'm trying to sound a little bit like Owen Wilson. Like, so this is crazy. What's going on here? Like, you, like, wow. And then, man, I didn't think this night was gonna go this way. Did you? Wow. And then I'm gonna fling a stone if I can, like, because I can kind of. I'm hoping. Can I sort of see them through the bramble at all?
So if you stand up to see them, they will be
Nope,
able to
they can
see
see
you.
me. No, I'm gonna keep crouched, but I'm just gonna have my.
Okay.
Yeah, this is crazy. And then I'm just gonna be whirling the stone, get ready to. All right.
Chiquito, big hyena that you are. There's a kobold in the water next to you.
Yeah.
There's brambles, but the rest are a little out of reach. What are you doing?
He's going to look at the kobold, and then look up at Anrin,
Mhm.
and look down at the kobold. Look up at Anrin. Blink a moment.
Put his paw on.
Your little beady eyes.
And then just eat the kobold.
Exactly, and go down. All right. Chiquito is going. I'm not Chiquito. Giant hyena is going to bite.
A 10
Doesn't matter.
will not find the kobold's fleshy bits in the thrashing mess. Just, too many hands. You weren't sure which one to bite.
Yep. Didn't
Anything
wanna bite
else?
'em all. I'll just move back a little bit.
Right.
Low. That'll be it.
Raiders are all just sort of like shoving at the kobolds, trying to get the kobolds to break through the brambles. Kobolds are like, seems a little dangerous in there right now. Maybe we don't go as fast. And then back. Oop, did I miss somebody?
I don't think so.
Nope.
No.
Back round to Yaz.
Think. Whoops. 5, 10, 15, 30. I'm gonna kind of shimmy my way over here. And I'm just going to. I'm gonna do like a prestidigitation over by. Like right over, like here, I think.
Okay.
Or maybe like here. I don't remember the distance, but I think that should be close enough.
Mhm.
Can I make it look like a torchlight?
Sure.
That's like kind of
just a
like
little,
blink.
just a little faint glimmer, like there's a torch over there.
like a quick like flash of a torchlight before it like goes out again, and then
Sure.
I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna yell again. And over there, get him, and in Draconic, and that would I think be my turn.
Sounds good. Throw me a quick deception performance, something along those lines, and show. That's pretty good. I mean, you picked. We're gonna shine it just to, a little bit of light illuminating on a farm implement over there. There's like a stick stuck in the ground with a hoe kind of shaped to the top of it, and like see the glint of their torchlight. Show though, what are you doing?
I'm stepping up to here and I'm going to try to brain the kobold.
Okay.
Hey, where are you going? I thought we were having a conversation. Wow.
Just water
really-
sprays up everywhere.
Damn it! This is getting really frustrating.
Kobolds.
Makes me very angry.
Kobold's very much in it to win it. As the other kobolds
That's going to be the last one alive. You know that, right?
Yeah. It's the last one down.
They start pushing past one another, shoving their way through. Anrin, you've got a kobold grappled. What are you doing?
I've seen, Yaz's light, and even with the grapple, I'm giving her ID, and so I start dragging it still,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to start dragging it over towards, because I'm thinking she wants a distraction and she wants them not to come out right where we are.
Okay.
So that maybe, and so I'm going to drag him basically, over here. Right about where you have that little blue thing.
Okay, so you're trying to drag him down over this way?
Yeah, I'm going to try and drag him down over this way, still and I'm, I can do it in the river, so maybe it will give me a little bit of a
Sure.
assistance. And 5, 10, I can go 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Tim says about right there, and you'll have to move him with
Yep.
me, I guess.
And
so
do you
about
want him
right there.
in the water or out of the water at this point?
Oh no, I still want him in the water.
Okay. Yep.
I
just
it's gonna make more thrashing
Dragging him on
noises
the
over
floor.
here.
Yep. So, like, from the other side, like with the other distractions you've been, they're like cheering on. They're like, yeah, get him. Yeah, we hear you doing good. Keep him up. Anrin. So actually, that was just movement. You still have action and bonus action. And do you want to pop the kobold one? You want to do something else? What you up to there?
I think I am going to try and do an unarmed, non-lethal strike.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm not sure how to do that.
Just hit your weapon attack. That'll at least hit us for the attack roll, and then we can roll damage as necessary.
Okay, I'll pick this one.
So you rolled a 2, which is not gonna hit. So just you like go to pick him up, you go to punch him, and just water everywhere. Kobolds are very slippery creatures.
Yes.
Wet kobolds, even more so.
Even more so.
This one is a fighter.
He's trying to land a fish. Kobolds continue to shove their way through, piling on top of one another. Lots of scratches, lots of cuts from behind. The bandits are, urging them forward, but not really willing to knock down the bramble themselves. Rob, you can see they're getting very close. A few more kobolds laying on top of these brambles, and the others will be across. What you doing?
Well, I had a plan to have a nice conversation, but here we are.
Wow.
No, anything about a conversation.
I'm going to move back here behind Yaz, and I will start messing around in my belt pouch and getting a couple components ready. And I have my loot ready, and I'm not holding an action or anything. I'm just preparing myself to do something I've never done before, and I'm keeping my eye very focused on those branches for when they come out.
Gotcha. So just like many folk performers, you start off with some herb and get your loot ready.
That's right.
Chiquito,
That's right.
what you up to there?
I guess Chiquito's just gonna ready a bite action. He's gonna be looking around, going like, you could see on his face like confusion and like, what the hell are we doing? Type of look. Like he's just gonna go very softly and just get ready to bite. That's
Okay.
it.
And as you get ready to bite, you may get your opportunity as one of the bandits moves in, moving through the trampled amounts that the kobolds have knocked down. It takes that last step over and finds itself knee to face with
Surprise.
you there, Chiquito. Chiquito, your action can trigger. That is a solid bite. That is 5 points of damage. The bandit screams out and lashes out at you with its sharpened bit of metal. Scimitar swings down at the hyena and misses completely. Very startled.
That does not hit.
Does not. More cultists come through, now shoving past. Hyena attack. Scimitar swing 15.
That does hit.
4 points of damage.
Okay.
The kobolds begin making their way through. Can't get far enough. Will stop. Nope. Will stop there. Oh, hurry. Just has to build up the chain. In the water, that kobold that is fighting for its freedom tries to get a dagger loose and poke Anrin in it. Anrin, you get a dagger attack coming at you. 7, no. Back up, more kobolds pile up, forming the bridge. Finally, one of the drakes just sort of gets close. The kobold bridge has been fully formed. They can now move across. Within hyena range, kobold attack. This one with advantage. Hyena will take 3. Dorn, who is one of the ones who led this all off. The bridge starts to ooze forward. He's deep in the brambles, but he's going to try and poke at you. 23 for 4 on the hyena. Then Yaz.
Okay. I'm going to place the... Can I put the hex on the human that has low health?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. And then he's gonna feel a funky little tingle, and then he might notice a little crackle, and I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Sure. Yeah. That's a lot more than a little tingle. And he is gone. Oh, you took the invocation where you had to add your charisma. Nice.
I did.
Nice. No more of him to be found. Yeah, is anything else?
I think I used my bonus action to move it already, so I think that's it for me.
Got it. Show, the jig is up for most, though you are a blue-skinned half-orc, mostly submerged in the water, so you could probably still startle somebody. What are you doing?
I'm going to try to brain that human.
Okay.
Brain.
Human is brained. Can I see some damage? Human has been brainless.
Wow.
That is not a human anymore. Show, anything else for you?
I will move to here.
Sorry.
And ruin everything for Rabble.
All I wanted to do was talk.
Are you saying that out loud?
No.
Wow.
From within the kobold pile, scrambling atop its brethren, can't quite. Oh, no, can 15 feet right to there.
I will rage.
Piles, okay. Falls out. Show, you got a dagger coming at you with advantage. 17 for 3, round that down. Over here, forcing its way through the brambles next to the hyena. Dagger at the hyena. Advantage, 23 for 4 on the hyena. Anrin.
Got it.
I should have used my shield.
Take a kobold to drown.
A long time. Drowning actually takes quite a while.
10 rounds.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay. So, continuing
I
with.
don't know. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's long enough. It doesn't happen in combat.
Yeah.
So I am going to continue to pull 5, 10, 15, and now we're on the other side of the river over here.
Okay.
And I'm going to look meaningfully at Rob, and I'm still going to try and use a non-lethal hit.
Sure.
Okay. So let's try that again.
You roll an 11 is just not gonna land the damage.
They're very slippery.
They are just
Dang it.
can't find where to hit these things. Anrin, anything else for you?
Yeah, and since there's no point in being stealthy at all
Mhm.
anymore, I'm just going to say, I think we need to at least find out what is going on. Can you talk to these things?
So as you're asking, can you talk to these things? From across the way, you can hear the kobolds now calling out, and they are chanting. You can hear, it's a war cry, it's a battle cry, but in there as well is something that you don't hear often. They're calling for a champion. They're calling for Whiff. And as they're doing so, Mopla steps forward, dagger, advantage. This one coming at Show 17 for 6. Good choice on the rage.
I should have put my shield would have prevented all of this.
Kobolds have unfortunately moved out of the way, so the raider is now forcing his way through the brambles, cursing at the kobolds for removing his bridge. Rob, what are you up to?
Well, first I'll say, Anrin, I think there's been some sort of misunderstanding. I mean, if you want to kill the kobold, you go ahead and kill the kobold. I just was a little shocked at the drowning, but you know, you do you. And then I am. Oh, he moved right where I didn't want him to be.
Which he-
tendency to do that.
All right, I'm gonna move here. 30. When you cast Thunderwave, can you cast it on an angle?
Bring up Thunderwave for me real quick. I don't.
It's a 15-foot cube.
It's a cone?
Cube.
No. Okay.
Originating from me and pushing outward. Can I click it without casting?
Just click it. It'll be fine if it casts. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
This is not the real roll.
Oh.
15-foot cube, which means you could cast it, which would be these 3 squares.
Yeah.
You could make a diamond of it, which would be that way.
Yeah. I'm trying to hit them without hitting my allies, so...
Hit them without hitting your allies, so that would be this way here.
Yep, that's what I'll do.
Okay, so that is you lot right here. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I do that by doing a Pete Townsend windmill with my loot.
Okay.
It just amplifies out.
You got it. So we're going to have some kobolds rolling some Constitution saving throws. Could I please have the real roll now?
Ever since I was a young orc, I played the silver ball.
Nice. Oh, no,
I had
no!
12 on the first. That
The real
sucks.
roll.
Oh, well.
All right, but we got 5 Constitution saving throws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They all fail except one.
Well, and they all move 10 feet away except for the one that's saved. And
Okay.
he takes 2 points of damage.
He was number 2, so that's gonna be boom, boom, boom.
Good job.
He's only gonna get to there, and then we're gonna start assigning damage, and that's 5.
5.
Well,
5 for everybody.
guess
Would have been
what?
12.
Good news. That 5 points of damage just
Kobolds
means you
have
are
5 hit
ragdolling
Oh.
dead bodies.
I was so
Did you
like,
see-
oh, this is gonna suck. Like, woo.
Did you all
Kobold
see how I rocked it out and then they rolled? It's a new form of music.
So, basically,
That will never
just
catch
to let you know what the
No.
kobolds think about you right now. They heard, I just want to talk. Ja-jung! Bodies flying everywhere. And they're like, yeah, we're not negotiating with that asshole. Rob,
on.
anything else for you there?
So maybe later we could talk, right? Like, you know, when you're less angry.
And dead, a little less dead maybe. Chiquito, Big Hyena, what are you up to?
I'm going to stand up.
Oh no, I keep talking to So, asking to talk. That's.
Oh,
Then I'm gonna.
I'm really angry right now.
I'm biting Revy.
that is a solid bite.
go ahead and see that damage.
That is just bits of kobold flying all over the place.
Zorn.
Whoop.
Excuse me.
That's all right. Cough, cough. Is that Rampage?
Oh, you better believe it. Here's another one.
Yes.
Jeez.
Goodbye.
Kobold bits just flying everywhere. Chiquito, anything else for you?
Put the
I'm
sounds
less
up like that for
concerned
a
about
second.
the numbers now.
And that's it.
All right.
And can I at least look over the brambles to see maybe what might be coming?
Sure.
No.
So you take a glance over. You can see nearby some of the raiders, a few more cultists, a couple of those lizardy drakes. You've started to get the attention because of the huge, thunderous explosion of noise that just took place. Even the folks that used to have the battering ram are down there. But away to the north, responding to the noise of the calls for whiff, and then accelerating in your direction with the thunderous roar is a kobold, but unlike the most that you've seen, most kobolds have sort of a muddy color to them. Their scales are predominantly red, but there's blue and green and black and all sorts of colors sort of mixed together to come with that muddy complexion. Whiff is starkly black and white. And as he's streaking towards you, you can just see lines of white, and then his movements from his hands are almost unseen as he rushes towards you. There's a long pole running off of his back up into the air with a huge... I mean, you'd have to imagine it's some sort of like a Lucerne hammer or something like that, one of those big clubby bits up at the end there. But he is moving high speed towards you. Near at hand, though, Hori is like maybe reinforcements. And he takes a little bit of a step back. He starts spinning his sling, and he hucks a stone across the brambles at you as you're looking up there, Mr. Hyena. Sling coming at you, standard attack. Ooh, 17 for 5.
All right.
Tatra over here next to Anrin just doesn't like you very much. Dagger attack, Anrin. Ooh, 23 for 6. Drakes are pacing back and forth. They don't really want to get in there. Zuta also taking a step back, sling attack over at Mr. Hyena, big ol' hyena there. Ooh, crits it for 7 points of damage. Yaz, what are you doing?
I would like to place the hex on the one in front of Shlo.
Mopla.
Show. Yeah, sorry. I had a moment. I'm going to put it on him, and I'm going to do the flare and do Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh, that's not Eldritch. Oh, that is Eldritch Blast.
That's Eldritch
Okay.
Blast. That's a good one, too.
Cool.
Nice.
Destroyed Mopla.
I don't need it, but I want to.
It's just the bits go flying off, and then the bits sparkle. It's like one of those fireworks where there's the big explosion and there's the little explosions. Yeah. Yaz. Anything else?
No, I'm gonna stay where I am.
All right. Show, it looks like the bandits and the cultists are thinking a little better about forcing their way across the brambles right now. What are you doing?
So if I stand, I can see them?
You've been up because you've been swinging your axe, so
Yeah.
you can see them, they can see you. If you were to dive down and kind of roll next to the brambles, then you'd be out of line of sight, but they'd know kind of where you are at this point.
Sure. I will just stand up and throw another javelin and throw it at Corolla there.
Sure.
At Crayola Cran.
Hand axe, but it's a 10 and that'll miss.
Oh, yeah. Same attack. So
Same attack.
No difference.
Oof.
Same damage and everything. So really wouldn't have made any difference at all.
That's what happens when you think you're about to throw a javelin and you find a hand axe in your hand. It just goes all weird. Show anything else?
No.
All right.
Actually, I will duck down so at least break line of sight.
Sounds good.
Hi.
As you duck down.
Wow.
Wanna have that talk
No.
now?
So, it seems as though Whiff has paused for a moment and is gathering the forces, and they will all be coming down in mass at you. We'll take a quick bio break before that happens, but they are moving in your direction quite quickly. So 30 to there, 60 to there, but they are not in combat range yet. Anrin, what are you up to? And we'll do a quick drink and bio break at the top of the turn order here. Whoop.
Going to.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yep, can now.
Okay. I'm going to actually release the grapple because I just been stabbed, and I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm going to just do this with my glaive. So I'm going to go ahead and hit with my glaive for real and not just an unarmed strike, and hope it works.
Yes, it does. You're like, bad kobold, bad.
Yeah,
Told
definitely
you you'd be
bad.
the last to die of that group.
That's true. Aaron, anything else for you?
I'm going to gesture over at Rob. I went through all that work to get you one of these things to talk to. Next time we plan.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, that one's on me.
Really sorry about that.
So as that exchange is happening, Corolla's backing out of the brambles there. We'll send a sling attack over at the hyena before it can duck down. 12 on the hyena?
Yeah, it hits.
5 points of damage there. And then, Rob, what are you up to? Aside from saying you're bad.
I'm going to point at Corolla, and I'm going to say, I got to make you bleed. But you say that you'll defend. Oh, baby, bleed. Because you can't defend. And you say you're just a friend. And that's it. That would be vicious mockery.
I was hoping you were just doing that for fun.
And no vicious mockery.
Wisdom on a vicious mockery?
Yep.
Wisdom.
DC 13.
Oh, no.
No!
Can't handle it.
Baby blue.
That one did sting.
It did.
Yeah, it hurt a
did.
Nobody can stand up to Bismarcky. Done badly.
Chiquito, as we come down to the bottom of the turn, what are you up to? They're all out of reach unless you're going into that bush.
I'm going to duck and roll. And roll. And roll.
Evasive maneuvers.
And roll. There we
Not on
go.
top of me!
Oh, sorry. I mean.
All right. Hori over here's got his sling. He can't see most of them, but I think Rob is still standing up there, finishing up the harmonizing. So, Slingstone coming at Rob Oakes. 16?
That will hit.
4 points of damage. The Drake is unable to reach. Zuta over there also seeing Rob. Slingstone at you, Rob. 9 for nothing. Top of the turn order, and we'll hit pause here. We'll take our 5-minute break to grab drinks, do bios, and such things, and then we will resume. And during those 5 minutes, I'm going to add a lot more threats to the turn order. So, yeah. Buttons.
So if I turn off my camera, am I okay?
You're okay. It'll shuffle things up for the people at home, but they'll figure it out. When you come back, it'll go back into order. You're fine.
Oh no, then I'll just move off camera. I need to get something to eat, and I
absolutely.
hate people watching me eat, and they probably hate watching me eat. So thanks.
Absolutely no problem.
Thanks for that.
All right.
Be right back.
What here?
I just already had my drink on hand, so I'm good. That is until it explodes. I have my drink on hand and on my lap and my chair, my keyboard. Oh yes, Bruno, there are many kobolds. Many kobolds. And then there's Whiff.
Don't like what. Maybe he's gonna help us out.
That's exactly what he's going to not do.
Man, I wish I'd gotten a ranged weapon worth a damn.
Oh, but you've got a sling!
I know, it's the best. It relies on strength.
Great! Wait, what?
It doesn't, though.
Yeah.
You could use a sling with dexterity.
I looked in the book. It didn't have the finesse or anything. It just said...
It's a ranged weapon, though.
Yeah, ranged weapon.
Oh.
Yeah, ranged
That's
weapon.
better than
Dexterity.
Well, I will change how that is working on my sheet then.
Yes,
It's
please.
only ones marked throne that are strength unless they are finesse.
For some reason, I thought throne you could choose either order, but
I think you can do well. No, I think like I think it still needs to be a finesse weapon to deal damage with dexterity, or to use dexterity, because like a hand axe I think is always strength for throw, unless it's a monk weapon, in which case it's a monk weapon.
Hand axe is light.
oh yes, yeah, correct. It would be whatever the ability modifier is for the weapon. If it happens to be a finesse weapon like a dagger, then you can do it either way. And
That was my understanding.
yep, you got it.
I'm trying to decide if now's a good time to run away or stay where I am.
Mm,
'Cause there's-
That's
running away is looking pretty good right now.
bad idea. I mean, we can run faster than they can, and they're coming towards us, and now we can go back around the front.
Yeah, they would have to break through the bramble, and even if they did decide to go the other way, like to go around, that's still a long time for them to try to catch up with us.
Mm-hmm.
Or, and I'm just spitballing here, but we could wait until they're all in the bramble and fire.
That too. I did wonder if anybody could do that.
I have a thing, but I think it's like on me. I need to actually like look at the details, the deets.
Oh, Bruno's out there breaking into song.
Breaking into song?
Yeah.
And I ran so far away.
Flock of Seagulls predates Bruno significantly.
It does. And that song was about an alien invasion.
I'm not sure how to
That
handle knowing
explains the
that.
hair.
Was it really?
Yep. Read the actual full verse lyrics of it, and you're like, oh, this isn't about love at all. This is a horror movie song about an alien invasion.
Interesting.
I learned that on VH1.
Pop-up
Behind the
video.
music. Oh yeah, oh that's right, pop-up video.
I love pop-up video.
Pop-up video.
Pop-up video.
So, we still got a few more snacks happening, so we'll give it a minute or 3.
You can continue. I'll mute so there's no crutching.
No,
Unless...
you're good. You're good. Take
Am I
your minute or 2.
I've been turning off my microphone to crunch very crunchy chips.
Same. I have the sourdough pretzels.
Crunchy chips. Music is timeless. Age is meaningless. Unless it's like anything before the 80s or most music that isn't Sabaton?
Don't even know what that is.
I'm not sure.
And there's so much good in the 60s and 70s.
I mean,
Sabaton is
the
Pruno's
Beatles were
favorite
done
band.
by the 80s, so
Yeah.
With just 100 pounds of clay.
I mean, Bob Dylan really didn't have it.
No! Dylan.
Johnny's in the basement mixing up the medicine. I'm on the front door thinking about the government.
His face has to be making the same expression mine does when I hear his music to make that sound.
Oh, God. I used to feel the same, and then I challenged myself to listen to every one of his albums in 2 months. And he has 38 albums.
And you develop Stockholm Syndrome is basically what the problem is here.
Oh,
It's not appreciation of music, that is Stockholm Syndrome.
There's so many good songs, really. There's so many bad ones, too.
Oh.
There are a lot of bad ones. But there's some really great ones.
No, just... swing and a miss for me. But there's a lot of bands like that, so...
Yeah, like I cannot stand Jimmy Buffett. Absolutely hate him.
that's because it's worthless.
Agreed.
Yeah, I don't like Jimmy Buffett. I don't like him either. Yeah.
I only thought he had 2 songs.
Oh,
no.
That's the one. That's too many.
It is too many.
You only hate Jimmy Buffett because he sucks and he's.
His music
sucks
is
and he's
horrible.
old? Is that what you
music is
said?
horrible.
It's horrible. If
Yeah,
somebody
no,
would
he-
just hand that asshole his lost shaker of salt and shut him the hell up, I'd be
Oh,
so happy.
He plays to drink and he drinks to play, and that's truly how he moves forward in the world. He gave up
And we're
someplace
sorry.
along the way.
Yeah. We're sorry if he's watching. We apologize.
I really
If
don't.
watching, he'll be like raising his glass. I've had this. He used to hang out at this place in Miami, near Key Biscayne, and he'd drink salty dogs, and
Why wouldn't he?
just like completely lay out, my life is trashy. This is what I do, and we're like, keep singing it.
Hey,
Just not near me.
Yeah, here's a brand new flip flop. Your life's better. Shut up and go home.
Buy us drinks, so.
There will
Oh, he did. Oh, in that case,
Yeah.
he's a
Well,
stand-up guy. What a stand-up guy.
just turn it right around. Wait, you're buying? Okay. I don't care what you play.
Well, hell, now you can play Apocalypso, that trash-ass song you released in the 90s.
Oh, now we're getting mean.
Yeah, no.
So, people who don't have houses shouldn't throw stones, is the words that I've heard. And Igni here is going to give that a run for its money. He's going to rush over, and he's going to get within 35 feet of our good friend Rob here, and then he's going to spin a sling and huck it over there. It will be at disadvantage. Rob, a 6 is going to be a miss.
It is.
That's going to bring up Radra, though. Radra. It's even harder name than Show's name. He's going to end up 30 feet away. This one's coming in.
Keep trying, Rodney. You'll get there.
Standard attack. Whoa. Rob crits it for 8.
Oh, no.
Up north, Brecht is holding down the fort, keeping that fire going. Golba coming over 35 feet. Rob, you're the only easy target. Disadvantage on the attack. A 9 is going to miss. Ambush Drake pacing back and forth. Yaz, what you up to?
Well, I am going to call out to my constituents, and I'm going to I'm going to runtime or continue to pew pew punch punch if they're able to answer.
Ow.
Remember, if you get no response, it's a runtime error. Sorry.
Thank you.
Oh,
I appreciate it.
So
I think we might have hit a runtime error though.
I'm in favor of fleeing. Flee foo!
Assuming that I hear that in character, I whoop.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, and then I just start going this way.
You got it. Yaz starts running. That brings up Danats. Danats moves over and braces the battering ram against the door to keep anybody inside. Show, what you doing?
I will stand up and throw another javelin. We'll throw it at Hori there.
Ooh, that is gonna miss.
And then we will move. I will just move to here and wait for the others to get past me.
Got it. That's gonna bring up Uldu over here. Uldu's gonna rush up 30 feet. 30 feet's gonna put them within 30 feet of Rob. Rob, we got another slingstone coming at you. 16
That'll
for
hit.
6.
And Rob is down.
Rob is down. Coming charging down from the north, that black and white kobold with that massive, odd staff. It's building up speed, and then it swings huge. As it reaches the top of the arc, though, it stabs down into the ground, freezing the staff in place, and there's kind of a snap effect. And then the top bit gets whipped up into the air and lobbed over towards Show. Show, could I have a perception check from you, please? Show, there's a baby incoming.
Okay. What kind of baby?
A baby, small head, arms, legs, humanoid, and that's about all you get before I need to ask you, are you trying to catch it, get out of the way, stab it with a sword? What is your reaction?
No, I will catch it.
Okay. Give me a, let's call this an acrobatics, athletics, your choice.
Oh.
Okay. You get in the way, and you catch it, and you realize, yes, this is 100% a living organism. It is small. It is a child. It's a little lizardy. It's a baby troglodyte. And then the smell hits you. It is the worst.
Stink baby.
It is a stink baby. Whiff. The staff feline has launched a stink baby at you. For free inspiration, who knows the pun?
Nope, I tried all day.
All right, Whiff is a polecat.
Ha.
That's a bad pun.
I want to chew
All the
into my
black
mic
and
with my
white.
chip.
Yes, should have gotten that.
Now everyone's gonna chew with the mic on.
Whiff is a polecat.
Whiff is the polecat. Goku over there
Gunky baby.
is just coming over. Rob, are you standing or fall down?
I'm down.
You are down. So they do not see you. Show, I don't even know if this can reach you. Let's take a quick look. Sling range 60 foot.
Wow. Mine's only 30.
At extreme, at long range.
Oh, it doesn't venture.
Yes. So just at 60, it's going to launch Hail Mary. Yeah, super whiff. And Kabe. Come on, go a little faster. You get a little closer. Show's got another one oddly thrown coming at you. 13. Probably a miss.
That misses.
Raced over there. Kobolds are just rushing down. These aren't even going to get close enough to give it a shot. Anrin. Rob is down and on the wrong side of the river. What are you up to?
Checking in my gear to see if there's anything I can actually do that's going to make any difference here. But I'm going to go point out. Rob's down. He probably needs some help. And grumble, grumble, grumble. Get within range and start dragging him. Well, let me go ahead and try a medicine save first.
Okay, let me ask you an important question. Can you tell me which, can you move one spot at a time towards Rob?
That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm 35. That's my actual.
But did you move this way?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have a Constitution saving throw from you?
Oh, because I ran through the. Okay.
You are fine. You go to run past Show, and then it just hits you, and you're like, "That's awful. You smell awful," and you continue along.
It's not me!
So you say, and start dragging.
Blame it on the baby.
Yeah, and I can't really drag very far because unless I can.
You can dash, which would give you your movement again halved because you'll now be dragging, but you've got another 15 feet of movement if you want.
Okay, then I will take that 15 feet of movement and pull him as far out of range as I can.
Sure.
So that would be 5, 10, 15.
Sounds good.
Right there. Oops, sorry.
Yep. Rob, in your dying and unconscious state, you start choking and gagging, but you know it's probably not the worst thing. That's gonna bring up Hoer. Hoer is rushing down 30 feet. We're gonna say they're going for Show. Show at disadvantage here. Sling coming in. 5's a big miss. Bruno. Corolla sees Anrin trying to run. Tries to take Anrin down. Slingstone coming at you. Anrin, disadvantage on the attack. 4 is gonna miss. And Rob, I need to ask you for your first death saving throw, I think. Good success.
Oh,
One on the positive side. Chiquito the hyena, you are currently ducked down, hiding from all these kobolds. What you doing now?
I am going to move. Get up. Run.
Run!
If I can, I am going to attempt to move my friend's body, drag him a bit further away.
Sure, Amron, are you willing to pass off?
Absolutely.
Okay, you pick up, and then you can move up to half the remaining movement you have.
Right, they call me Mr. Touchdown, and then I'm gonna hand off. I have 45 speed.
So if you dash to double it, that's 90, and then half is back to 45. So you can move up to 45 from where you are.
Okay, I'm gonna move to about right here.
Okay.
Drag him. I'm going to, as my bonus action, I am going to. I'm assuming it's bonus action. I could change back into normal.
I think that's just a free action, but double check me.
Okay,
later.
yeah, free action. Boom.
I think it is.
At most, it's a bonus action for.
All right. Either way.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Goodberry.
Oh, okay. So no more hyena. Back to a people.
Hey, oh God, what the hell we been doing this whole time? What the frick?
And he's gonna go ahead and.
All right. So
I can say nothing, for I am unconscious.
you produce 10 good berries, but you can't administer it till you have an action to do so. So you have the good berries, but you can't
What was
stuff one
my-
down his throat till you have an
Got it.
action. In the meanwhile, kobolds continue to rush up. They are. Cess sees what's happening here and sends one after you there. Slingstone, disadvantage, coming at Chiquito. Pair of 21s for 4.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Boca rushing up, doing much the same thing. Chiquito, Slingstone, disadvantage. 15?
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Ramus, rushing up. Ramus. Just angrily waves a sword at you. Where can I get one of them fancy slings, he says. Chiquito, another sling, disadvantage from Aldana. 6 is gonna miss.
There's a whole bunch of them lying in the brambles there.
Oh, that's just mean. 3 at disadvantage coming in at show. 1, 2, 3. A 14, an 11, and a 13. I think all miss.
They do all miss.
Ambush straight can't do anything. Top the turn order. Egni and Radra. 2 more. These are coming in at Anrin. Disadvantage. 1, 2. Super miss. And Yaz, we're down to you.
Okay. I gotta turn back, see that people are beginning to run.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna be like, okay, I feel better, and then I'm gonna dash. All right, remember that spot. I'm just gonna dash. I forgot where that spot was. I think it was here. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there.
Okay. Yeah, as you dash away, door is held. Show you are holding a stink baby. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw. You're oh gosh. You're just like you're
Wow.
this little baby. You don't even notice. I think maybe you just went nose dead.
That's impressive.
Show you are holding a troglodyte baby.
Yes.
Do with that
I want to make an athletics check to throw it right here.
Absolutely. Could I see an athletics check?
Well.
That is
We
not
We
a
chuck
pair
baby.
of
going
20s
on?
and a pair of 2s on the die is what just happened there.
Yep. That's,
So I think
Wow.
it's just too slimy. You just don't get a good tight spiral on it. It just sort of like whoops off into the brambles. And Show, what else you got?
Ah, fuck this, I'm leaving.
All right.
That's it. I'm leaving.
As you start to head away, let's see here. We've got.
I will move to here and stay in front.
We got another round of slingstones coming in, so we got to get through those. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. 3 sets of slingstones at disadvantage coming in at Anrin. Anrin, 1, 2, 3. A 6, a 16, and a 14. The 16?
Hit.
Okay. 16 for 5? That's
16 for 5 and the 14 for 5.
14 for 5. So 10 total.
10 total.
In amongst those kobolds is also Whiff. Whiff reloads his sling, something else now on the top of it. Takes a step back, takes a step forward, swings, plants it, and Show coming towards you once again, or coming towards the larger cluster. Something is arcing through the air. As it is coming down, the three of you get a quick look at it. Could I have a perception check from each of you, please? Show, Chiquito, and Rob.
I'm unconscious still.
Oh, unconscious Rob. Never mind. So Show and Chiquito.
Got it.
Show, you're like, it's a puppy. Chiquito, you're like, skunk.
Skunk!
Who cares?
Okay. Show, Chiquito, you've got a skunk incoming, and he is going to lob that towards Show. A 9 is going to put it on the ground. There is a skunk in front of you. It is very angry. It's a bit beat up, but confused at the moment. Normance over there is holding the door. Gived. He's going to take a step up. Anrin, you got another slingstone coming in at disadvantage. Womp, 15 for 3. And then Anrin, it is your turn.
Okay, so I am not feeling good. I am really unhappy, and far too late, I'd finally rage. And I am going to use that to, first of all, bear with me. Where's the skunk?
The skunk is just north of Show. It's the little cat icon there.
Okay, so I'm going to grapple the skunk.
Okay.
If I can.
Sure.
So I'm going to move there. Grapple the skunk.
Give me a athletics check, please.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh, skunk
Don't be careful, he's just scared.
still got to beat a 5. Just does. So you go to pick up a skunk, you like grab it, you lift up the tail, and then you're like, I should not lift up this part of the skunk, and probably put that one back down.
Okay, and then so that's my action.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to look at everybody else and say, does anybody know how to light a fire?
Can I do that with prestidigitation?
Yes, you can light a fire in a fireplace, a candle, that sort of stuff. You can't start a bonfire in like a forest, though. That's the bonfire spell. But you can definitely, you could light a torch and then throw a torch.
I think I'm too far away to notice that anyway. Never mind me.
Yes, it's like yelling this back from the keep. From across the way, Hoer is going to lob a stone. Anrin's still the closest, so Anrin's sling stone coming at you at disadvantage. 5 is going to be a huge miss. Bruno is up being a guard. Kirola, I don't think he's within sling range. That's 30. Still too far. Disadvantage sling coming at you, Anrin. Ooh, a 19 for 4, though.
I am down.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait a minute. This is bludgeoning damage?
This is bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Is that part of what I'm resistant to as a barbarian in rage?
As a raging barbarian, yes, you would resist bludgeoning.
Okay, so I'm going to get half of that.
Which is 2.
And I'm still down. Unless 0 counts.
Oh, wait. Nope, you're not the half-orc, sorry. So yes, unconscious and bleeding at the moment. Rob, your turn has come back up again, and I don't think anyone's stabilized you.
Not yet.
So death saving throw, please.
Yes, sir. Oh, no.
Oh.
1 on the fail side.
That's 1 and 1, folks, if you're looking for the count.
Chiquito, you got a handful of good berries and 2 friends on the floor. 1 good berry per action. Who do you like best?
Well, don't phrase it like that.
I'm happy that I'm. You know what? I was happy that I was muted at that time.
Oh.
Okay. Rob. I go.
It's good.
Rob, you're restored to 1 hit point, and you are
Get up
conscious.
Get up.
And then, can I at least maybe hold out, maybe hand a bit to show?
Oh yeah, you can make them available for other people to take. Just place them on the ground or palm up, either way.
They're always palm up.
You got it. Chiquito, bonus action or movement?
Fly, you
I'm going to help him up. I'm going to help Rob up. Can I do that? With my movement? Bit? Maybe not, huh? Now that I'm looking and thinking
there's
about
not really a rule for that because you're supposed to spend half your movement to stand up. I'm going to say if you spend all your movement, you could effectively grapple him and then spend half your movement, which would be all your movement, to make him stand up. So yes, if you don't move at all, you can weaken to Bernie's him.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to say,
Get up, Rob! Get up!
Sure.
Pruno is in the audience, so we should probably explain Weekend at Bernie is a movie.
Not that
you know
one.
what? I'm not. And then you know what? I don't. I let him back down.
Okay.
Because I look over my shoulder and I see the cobalt. I say, I'll be over there, and I'm gonna go instead.
Okay, so you put a couple of good berries down before you go, or?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you lay down a few good berries, you dart over, go ahead and move yourself,
right,
and then
that'll be
as
the
you
end of
are
my turn.
running away, indeed there are kobolds over there, and slingstones start falling down. Show is still standing, correct?
Yep.
Show, you've got some slingstones coming at you at disadvantage. Cess's slingstone coming in. 8 is going to miss. Boca, slingstone coming in. 4 is going to miss. Ramus shakes his sword inconsequentially and hunts around for a sling. Aldana, slingstone, show, disadvantage. 5 is going to miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more sets of slingstones coming at you, Show, as they all just pile up and starts hucking stones over there. They're depleting their supply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm thankful to see a lot of single
Miss,
digits.
miss. An 18 for 5. Miss. 1 stone finds you.
Ouch!
5 points of damage and half it. And dunk.
Ouch!
Really, just stop that. Why are you doing that?
Yes, they're definitely listening to your protests right now.
I mean, it's not effective in any way.
They're like yelling back. It makes us feel better about ourselves. Yaz, from long distance, I see you
It
measuring.
shouldn't.
I'm over here. I'm gonna look back again and be like, oh, that's not good. And I'm gonna take.
Eldritch Blast has got super long range.
I'm just gonna take a few steps forward, and I'm
120
gonna
feet?
do. Yep.
Plug
I'm
somebody
gonna
from
do
there.
exactly that. I think I'm too far away to hex, but that's okay. Let's aim for a kobold. I guess the one next to Whiff.
Okay.
Like just a kobold. I'll just blast. That's not good.
Off into the distance.
I am going to move one step forward, and that's it.
All right. Danatz holds the door. Show. That skunk to your north looks pretty pissed right now.
Yes, I'm going to make an animal handling check to calm it.
Okay.
I do poorly.
It is not calmed, not even a little.
All right, I'm going to pick up Enron and then move.
Okay. So you go to grab Anrin and move. The skunk is eyeing you up, kind of like over its shoulder. It's sighting along its tail stripes, and as you move away, it takes its attack of opportunity. A squirt is heard and flies towards your face, attempting to blind you.
It's squirt around the world.
It misses, but that smell is everywhere. You are not blinded, but it stinks.
Yeah, whatever. I was just holding a troglodyte.
That is true. You
You
probably
smell great
about
to
the
me.
same. Let's see here. We've got some more stones coming in. You're starting to run away. I think Rob is going to start
down.
Bear in mind that I'm
you.
laying down.
You
He's
are
down.
laying
Yeah.
down. These are disadvantaged stones coming at you, Rob. We got 3 stones coming. 1, 2, 3.
Well, one will hit.
An
the
18
first
for
one,
3.
which
Oh,
will
shit.
put me right back down.
Back unconscious. Whiff is over there, but he's doing something. Something terrible. Something is being constructed. A platform has been laid out. The staff is set in it. There's a winching noise as it's being loaded down. A basket attached to the end. Whatever's being loaded up over there, you probably don't want to be on the receiving end of. But in the meanwhile, Normance continues the bombardment. This stone... Still long
Normance is at the
distance.
door.
Sorry, Normance at the door. Give... Wrong person. Give... Can't reach! Can't reach! So is going to
skunk.
throw towards Rob. Rob, you are unconscious, but a sling stone's still coming at you. 16's
hit.
gonna tag, adds 1 death fail to you.
Yep.
Anrin,
My first death save.
first death saving throw, please. And 11 gives you 1 on the plus side.
Very tired of dying.
Not a lot of fun. Hauer over here. Kind of moving up, looking for space. Can they get to... That's enough. Show. We got a kobold. Slingstone incoming. Disadvantage. 21
Oh,
for
no.
6.
Oh no!
Bruno's
At
at the
least if
door.
they keep hitting me, they keep my rage up.
I mean, I guess that is the bright side of life outlook there. If they move there, will they have enough? That'll do it. They're kind of shoving one another around, trying to get close enough to make this attack work out. Corolla moving down the line. Slingstone coming in at your show. Disadvantage. 20 for 4.
Oh, jeez.
Rob, I think I need another death fail or death saving throw from you.
You need a fail?
I mean,
No, you
We want to
don't.
fail.
I'm out for it!
not on a 1. We don't want a 1. 16's on the good side.
Yep.
Chiquito.
What the hell you doing still down there, Rob? Get the hell up!
Healing word.
Healing word. All right, let's see it.
I'm just gonna get knocked. There's so many in between us for.
I'm so trying.
All right.
Well, you won't.
There isn't. There's a lot.
Word. Say. Do I click?
There we go.
Did it work? All
That's
right.
a good healing word.
Woohoo!
7 points of heals.
And I'm gonna shapeshift into a. I come running. 20. Shapeshift into a dire wolf.
Ooh.
Roar!
I feel like I was just watching like an episode of Voltron for a second, or Zoids.
The skunk is like, screw this noise, and starts running away.
I'm sorry, Skunk. It wasn't your fault.
just that is a lot more wolf than this skunk is ready to handle. Chiquito, anything else?
Chiquito is going to. Yeah, that's it.
All right, I'm
I
working
can't control it. By
I'm
the way.
working
Yeah,
on
you're
that
right,
one.
you're right. In that case, I'm gonna continue.
You got it. You will see it way down south in the NPC bucket, and I will
You got it,
straighten
thank
that out one later. But you should now have control. In the meanwhile, Cess the Kobold sees giant direwolf coming, Slingstone coming back at the direwolf, disadvantage on the roll. Direwolf, 16 for 4.
Okay.
After Cess comes Boca. Boca also sees this big old direwolf. Slingstone now coming at it. That one, disadvantage on the roll. 18 for 3. Ramus has just really needs to go pick up a sling. Aldana, Slingstone, disadvantage at the direwolf. They know what to target. 12?
Does not hit.
Does not hit. We got 3 more coming from kobolds. Yay, reach. No. No. Igni Radra. Only 4 more coming at the kobolds, because some of them are just falling short. They can't get there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 9, 13, 12?
At who?
At the direwolf, sorry.
It has to be to 14.
Has to
Sorry,
be
I
to
wasn't-
14, not a problem. Nope. Brecht, where you at? You're at the door. Golba, you're in range. Sorry, this was not how I thought this was going to work out, but it's an interesting game of volleyball. 8's going to miss. Yaz, it comes around to you once more. What are you up to?
I'm going to scoot right about here. I'm going to wiggle my finger, no, at whiff, and put hex on him.
Okay.
And then, yeah, so I do like a little no, and then point, and then the Eldritch Blast is going to pew pew.
Pew pew.
Boop.
Oh, yes, it does pew.
Hex damage.
Yeah!
Wow,
12
nice.
points of damage. But whiff. Mighty polecat that he is still working on his contraption. A catapult is being assembled. A pole catapult.
It's going to fling actual cats. You know that, right?
It
No,
could.
after that, yes.
Angry,
Oh, no.
angry wet cats.
I don't put it past Casey.
I feel like I have the wrong sort of reputation here. Show, what do we got?
I'm going to drop Enron here,
Okay.
and I'm going to equip my shield as I move over in front of. and I'm going to ready a dash action to follow Rob away from here.
Okay, gotcha. You step up. That's going to bring up Oldu. Oldu will take the nearest shot and fires at Show. Show, with your shield up and disadvantage, and 8's going to miss. That's going to bring up Whiff. Whiff has prepared his catapult.
I made a mistake bringing the bag of chips to my desk. Which should not have happened.
So, there is a patwang and a massive pot clay urn launches into the air. It arcs up, it soars over, and it begins to drop down, headed towards Show and Rob. It falls far short, splashes into the river, and floats away to the east. Sometimes,
I taunt them in
sometimes it doesn't work out. Show, we've got Goku and Akabe shooting slings at you. 2 more disadvantaged rocks. At this point, they're scrounging on the ground, picking up whatever they can and throwing it at you. An 11 and a 9 are going to miss. Norman's at the door. Givney once more. Givney's going for the wolf. Disadvantage on the wolf. 5 is going to miss. Anrin, you are still unconscious, aren't you?
I am.
Could I have a death saving throw once more?
I missed that.
Oh no.
Ooh. 1 on the fail side. Power over here is throwing at the wolf sling. Disadvantage. 5's going to miss. Bruno's over at the door. Corolla's going for Show. Disadvantage Show. A 19.
Ooh, 19's still going to hit.
For 4 points of damage. And then Rob, you are prone, but I think you are conscious.
Alright. Now, I do recall getting fed a good berry and Chiquito giving me a taquito. They're so
He's
good.
delicious.
They're so good.
They're so good. Anyway, Chiquito dropping good berries by me, which now I'm going to call taquitos, and I'm going to pick those up. Can I pick those up as an action?
Sure, free action. You scoop them up. How many did you leave behind, by the way?
We left 2. We said 2. So
You got it. You scoop up 2 good
grabbed
berries.
2 good berries, and
No,
I
you
use
scooped up 2 taquitos.
2 taquitos.
taquitos.
Dos
That's half my
taquitos.
movement. That's half my movement, and to get up, and then I'm going to run in between the dire wolf and Anrin with the good berries, so I don't have enough movement to get to her and feed her a good berry. So
Okay.
Well, feeding her is an action, right? Have you used it an action?
I needed to somewhat dash standing up and still get there,
I see.
but I still wanted to use Chiquito as a.
So I had
as
readied
cover.
an action to dash behind him, so I'm going to do that.
You may definitely do so. All right, so we are piling up there. Chiquito, it is now your turn, big old dire wolf that you are.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna chew up one of those good berries that in Rob Oak's hand, if that's okay, Rob.
Yep, for sure.
I'm gonna go and go bleh into Anrin's mouth.
Yeah.
And swallowing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's so much better than me doing it. Baby birding Anrin.
So, Anrin, you just wake up with dog drool just like everywhere, but you're awake and not dying anymore, so that's, I guess, good.
Give him a good full shove, just like ruffle his ruff and say,
Just look him back a little.
do that. Yeah. Oh, I can do that too. And I do.
Chiquito, that was an action. Any bonus or movement?
I think I'm gonna wait because I don't want to move without everyone else moving.
Okay. You are the nearest, so you are going to take the bombardment as Cess, Boca, Aldana, Ulri. Ulri can't get close enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sling stones coming at the dire wolf. All disadvantage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoop.
There they go.
Oh no.
Okay, some of those look like they did hit.
I see 1 hit, 2 hits.
Or hit.
So
That's it.
14's the number to hit on the dire wolf?
That's
The
correct.
only one hit.
Oh yeah, we only got 1 hit. The last one, 22 for 5.
You got it.
It was the 19. Oh, that was from the previous group.
That's from the previous group. Yep. 22 for 5. Sling
Not too
stones
shabby.
bouncing all over the place. You're just at range. And that's going to scoot us through a whole bunch of turns. Dun 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 dun. Yaz, what are you up to?
Shoot down.
I don't know. Eldritch Blast.
So every time you've shot towards Whiff, you realize that there are absolutely stench lines surrounding this kobold, throwing it off. It's like heat on, a hot stone. It's very hard to aim at him. But just not the shot. Yaz, anything else?
Everyone is alive, so no. I'll stay right where I am.
All right. Danat's 10 is still holding the door there. Show.
So Anrin is at 1 hit point.
Yes.
I'm just gonna ready an action to dash behind everybody as they make their way away.
Sounds good. That's going to bring up a couple of more kobolds. 1, 2, 3, 4 kobolds. Sling stones coming at the wolf, and then Whiff is in there as well. Do the sling stones first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe? 6, 8, 9, 5. All misses. Whiff winds up and sends another jug into the air. This one aiming at Show. Quang. Huge miss. Clump lands against the orphanage. Green slime coating the wall. You can see it seeping into the wood. That is not going to come out easily. Anrin,
Oh no.
what are you doing?
I mean, the building needed to come down anyway.
I'm standing up, and I'm going to start limping out of range.
All right.
10, 15. So that was my whole movement.
And looking back towards the kobolds, you think you're probably actually out of range of any retaliation at this point, so you made it far enough. Some of your friends, however, have not yet reached that point. 1, 2 sling stones coming at the dire wolf. 1, 2.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's a pair of hits. 7 points of damage there.
Okay.
Rob Oakes, what you doing?
It's time to be fled.
Get to the river.
Yeah, that seems wise. I'm gonna... I don't know, patrol. I'm gonna hightail it.
Rob hightails it. Chiquito?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Can I do one more thing?
Sure.
Of course, I did not do anything.
Sorry. Then I will sing, You should have been gone, knowing how I made you feel. Well, you should have been gone.
Nice.
And then I'll say, oh, so sorry. All alone. Hold on for healing word.
Okay. Who are you casting that healing word on? Show?
I'm Show.
Okay.
Solari. It didn't cast. It didn't cast.
I think Roll20's reaching its limit this evening.
It wants to know what level. Sorry. There you go.
There we go. Okay.
7 points.
Nice. We're gonna Slingstone coming in hot. It's gonna come in.
Go ahead and taken his turn yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah, we're moving. We're leaving. I can no longer grab the direwolf, but I'm moving.
And I'm gonna trigger my ready dash then.
Got it.
Yeah, I thought we were leaving you out there. That's why I did the healing word.
You got it. So you all start sprinting away, and we're going to drop out of turn order for the moment, as you have exceeded the range of the slings, and the kobolds and raiders do not seem interested in making their way through the brush again. Nobody wants to be the first to die. As you start to move away, though, you realize some additional reinforcements are swooping your way. A winged creature, little gouts of flame emerging from it as it descends in your direction.
Oh.
Are you immediately going to ground, or are you taking a moment to study this winged shape?
Well, I'm gonna get in front of everybody
Mm-hmm.
and face it. So I'm gonna look at it. But
Okay.
I'm trying to get my shield between it and everybody else.
Sure. So as you start to size up against it, could I have your choice, nature or perception? Ooh. Show crushing it on the perception. It is not big enough. You study it for a few seconds, and you watch its movements carefully. You're like, son of a monkey. It's another one of those winged kobolds. This one just happens to have a little oil flask that it's squirting out and lighting on fire in front of it. They're just pretending to be dragons.
Well, I mean, I can't blame them for that. That's a pretty good idea.
But as it swoops closer, do you give any indication that you're on to the ruse?
No, but how close is it gonna get?
It's at the moment 300-400 feet away, swooping in. It's it's like doing the "Hey, I'm intimidating" approach, thinking you're going to flee before it.
I'm gonna continue to face it and hold my shield up, but I'm not gonna do anything more.
Okay. So the kobolds and the raiders have sort of broken off from the chase, letting the dragon handle it, and they've gone back to dealing with the temple. A couple of the wounded are tended to, a few more are dispatched, but they are out of the fight, definitely. Whiff, hero of the kobolds, moves back to planting really, really stinky stuff in the fire to smoke out those within the temple. You can hear the coughing and the choking, and you imagine that, if what they were throwing at you was the portable stuff, what he's able to deploy when he has time and resources, they're probably in for a bad day. We are coming up on 11:30, so I think this is where we will start to draw this evening to a close. Where would the party like to head at this point? Are they falling back to some of the houses, going all the way back to the keep, circling around for another attempt? What's your plan for the next little bit there?
I feel that we need to get into that temple to get them out.
Yes, we do. We're not in a place of strength though right now.
No, maybe we duck into the orphanage here and we short rest, regroup, and then figure out if we can come up with another plan. And as much as I appreciate it, perhaps don't let me plan it.
It's fair.
All right. So you head down south a ways and you head towards that orphanage. Now, that kobold with wings, called an Erd, it's got this little oil flask and it's spouting flame every once in a while. It's kind of keeping an eye on you. And as you start to move south, it, seems to get a little cocky. Ha ha ha, they're running away from me like they're supposed to. And it does its big dramatic swoops trying to drive you before it. It's keeping an eye on you. So if you head into a house, it'll know. How are you dealing with that situation?
Yes, you do it. You have the range.
Oh, I suppose I do. How far? Let's see. How far are you away?
So it's still 200-300, but it's swooping in. It's trying to stay high, spread its rings real big in front of the stars, look big, get in front of the moon. All the showy stuff, gouts of fire. And it thinks it's doing a real good job, but you're on to this trick at this point. I think maybe a performance, deception, something along those lines to make it look like you're running away before you pow.
Can I cast light on one of my sling stones?
You could definitely do that.
And then do a little song and dance thing and then throw the light in another direction while we all head the other way?
Sure, you could do that as a non-aggressive distraction.
Not aggressive, just to aid in our hiding.
Sure.
I'm going to send a warning shot since he's going to handle distraction. I'm just gonna be pew. Don't near. Just waiting for it to get low enough that it looks like I'm aiming for it, but I just want it to get away because I don't think it's close enough that I'll be able to hit it regardless.
Okay.
Just a warning, go away.
You send up a shot. Give me. Let's do a combination of deception for the stone and intimidation for the you're better off chasing the stone shot. That's
Wow.
This plan is perfect.
That's all we needed.
You're like, boom, it's like flinch. You're like stone. It's like, I think the stone is where I want to be.
You let me make the plan before.
Now, to be fair, we didn't know how bad it was going to be then. Now we know.
No. So the party
it was a perfectly good plan.
The party is able to make their
That's good.
way to the orphanage. The orphanage is just basically a room with a couple of bedrolls and some, raggedy-looking covers, bedclothes, that sort of thing. Outside is a fairly nice-looking garden. All looks to have been done by hand. Nice, neat little rows, that sort of thing. No possessions, toys of note, anything like that. It's a pretty ramshackle-looking place. Glancing about, you can see that one of the beds is of an odd shape. It's more of a kind of a big circular nest than it is a actual bed. But I don't know that you all care at the moment, as you'd prefer to rest. So, if I could ask for a D20 from anyone in the party, you do not want to see a 1. A 1 would mean you do not get through your short rest before adventure happens.
Who's doing it?
A 12 is not... Well, there's a 1, but it's not the one we were worried about. So, you are able to successfully take a short rest. Please feel free to spend hit dice to regain hit points. And
I will sing 3 Bob Dylan songs as a song of rest.
Wow.
That doesn't make anyone feel better.
What a great artist.
I think I lost health.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, it's all good. Everybody must get better.
So, with that, we will
Kick us
draw.
out?
Yeah, I could have just hit the stop button over here. So with that, we will bring tonight's adventure to a close. We will pick up next week. The party will have had an hour or so of quiet conversation and planning. During that time, across the way, it's not too far away for you to keep an eye on it. You can see that smoke is starting to affect the temple. The stout wood, they're not trying to burn it down actively. They're trying to get the people out, and that is starting to work. You doubt they're going to hold on much longer as your short rest comes to an end. Something needs to happen now. Otherwise, these people are going to fall into the clutches of the raiders. So that'll be your time pressure there. Thanks everybody for playing. Thanks everybody out there for watching. Please feel free to like, follow, and obey. 20 sides to every story. Hop in the Discord and join in the community. Lots of cool games and stuff coming up. We've got a community campaign Friday and Sunday. Next week, Friday and Sunday.
There's no community campaign this week.
Got it.
Next one is on the 18th.
You got it. That is for the Patreon subscribers and all kinds of cool stuff going on there. We've also got some...
We have session 1 of Out of the Abyss by Kogo.
Yes. Which I'm very looking forward to, because I've never actually made it all the way through a Out of the Abyss campaign. I've gotten started on them a few times, but then I get distracted, so I'm interested to see how people get through on that.
Kogo's warnings are any indication, we won't.
You won't make it either? Cool. Oh, and Alex is out there playing a bard on that one, so very nice.
Yeah.
Woo!
I won't spoil it, but I'm excited about Alex's character.
I'm just gonna say, Alex, Paul's setting a pretty high bar for musical numbers from a bard, so I like every action so far.
Stone you when you're walking across the stream. They stone you when you've gone unconscious too. Stone you.
Everybody
must get stoned. That's what the kobolds was saying.
Excellent. So I think on that one, I'm gonna say good night, Twitch stream.
Night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
All right.